Hello and welcome. It's Saturday, January the 10th, 2026. Welcome to Have Your Say 247. This is the show we let you have your say on issues around the world. My name is Rudolph Okonkwo, and we are live from New York City.
Nigeria, hope you're ready tomorrow because we have no option than to send you back to Sambisa Forest.
Seriously? No problem. You don't see Nigeria finish.
It is so hard to sit here sometimes because I didn't come to Congress to write laws or to do things that are hurting people. I'm just asking if there's any decency or heart or courage on that side of the aisle. The fact that a woman was killed, she was shot in her head, and y'all are pretending like nothing happened. I remember when Charlie Kirk got killed. Do you remember what our response was? Our response wasn't to sit there and pretend like it was okay. Is it okay because you have a badge? Because the last time I checked, allegedly no one is above the law. Can y'all not just have a little bit of courage and humanity? A child. A child has lost her mom. And y'all want to pretend that it is okay. I am asking if there is anyone that will stand for the very people that elected us and sent us to Congress. You tell us things like, well, the immigrants are bad. And so we got to get all these bills because the immigrants are the ones that are causing the harm. They're bringing the crime. The mayor of Minneapolis told y'all to get the fuck out. Yet y'all are the ones, it is this administration that is bringing crime to their streets. That's what's happening.
It's the third incident where somebody has dropped an F-bomb in this committee, including the video.
I'm sorry.
Including the video that we had to watch earlier.
Are your princess ears okay?
Is it profanity?
Well,
your princess ears
House of Representatives.
The committee. You are about the fact that a woman.
Are you
House of Representatives.
The gentlelady.
Are we offending your princess ears? Are they that soft?
All members will.
Maybe some of the kids out there.
Mr. Chairman, it is the gentlelady.
You're killing them.
Kids.
It is the gentlelady.
If I don't say this, let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Carpenter, Bidikila, Owa Bondole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Bondole, Carpenter, Bidikila, Owa Bondole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Bondole, Carpenter, Bidikila, Owa Bondole, Kamanga, Wukandole, Owa Bondole. Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun You don't know those who did the work. You're opening your mouth to talk about River State. Anything you see, take it. Anything you see, what? Take it.
Agreement is agreement, yo. Agreement is agreement, yo. We don't reach it for settlement. You can't tell me nonsense. Agreement is agreement, yo.
When Mr. President comes back, when I see the Minister of the Economy, I will tell them to tell him, go and ask other people what has happened to them before. Putting River State, carry your hand to come to River State. If your hand burns, don't say the people no more. I can challenge anybody. This state is a no-go area. This state is a no-go area. Whether you like it or you don't like it or there. So, take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. Take the one you have taken. Stop making unnecessary comments. If not, when I come out, So, I'm not here, and I want to tell anybody, I'm done begging. All we are here, we have taken a decision to support Ajibola Tinubu.
You know be God, oh. I don't like for you. Wicked and lager.
Good night. Happy New Year.
Can't take a chance after having done this incredible thing last night of letting somebody else take over, where we have to do it again. We can do it again, too. Nobody can stop us. There's nobody that has the capability that we have. You know, when I watch that war in Russia going on and on and on and everybody dying, and it's like it's primitive. It's primitive. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Could you tell us, Mr. President?
Now go and greet me. That food I will eat himself. He's my brother, and I respect him. So then nobody. That is the. It doesn't say. And I remember, man, if I'm not remembering, I'm an Igbo man. We train people to trade. When we finish, we settle them, and they do the same trade with us. And that's where I am. He settled me and doing the same trade with him. We're not quarreling. We're not quarreling. Huh? All we are doing now is that we are looking for customer. The same market. Yes. The customer come, they will say whether they want to buy my own or his own. Because we are not quarreling. There's no quarreling. So don't ever think we will quarrel. No. It's my brother. If you go and see woman, they'll still, even if you do not get market, you go to his organ and take it and sell.
If you listen carefully to this Peter Obi's speech, you will realize he spoke deep truths here when he described his relationship with Atiku Abubakar of an apprentice.
Cows are moving around. Wike, you have to do something about this. What is happening? What trade center? And cows are moving around. This is a shame. This is a shame to Nigeria. let you do things to make this stuff.
Some of this rally make my blood pressure go up.
So you should get a filter sometimes, filter your thoughts before you say.
I'll continue to take blood pressure medication.
Why are you getting high blood pressure, Jonava? Now,
I'm not taking medication for myself. I'm taking it for people like Paul and some of you guys that after the January, February something, and then people like Soludo, that is a good spoiler. I thank God for his life. He's working for my.
And I am ready to die defending Nigeria in whatever way. When it is God's time for us to go, it is
and you
not
took my
for
time to God. You are ready to defend Nigeria. I gave you my time.
No, I'm coming.
Alex, hold on. You already started.
What I'm saying, defending Nigerians is this.
I gave him my time and he's using it to defend Nigeria.
No, sorry. I'm sorry.
I hope that Nigeria wins. I'm never going to wish any president evil so that I can say I told you so. No, I won't wish them evil. I hope. You see, I'm not praying. There's no point. I can't pray for Nigeria to be fine. I only hope that Nigeria wins and Nigerians win. Because if you choose a dodgy doctor who has a dodgy record, who has, all sort of accusations leveled against him, to say this doctor, we think he's done this, or this doctor, this surgeon. Yes, he's a senior surgeon, he's the most whatever surgeon, but there are a lot of accusations leveled against him. If you choose him to operate on you, and you tell me to pray for you that it doesn't kill you surgery, what's the point? I can't pray. You might make it, you might not make it. My prayer won't change anything. So I hope Nigeria and Nigerians win during Tinubu's 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you.
Uncle, right? I have the right to address Showore the way I like. You don't know what Showore did to me. So learn to control your emotion, right? That's the only thing I'm going to tell you. But if you don't want to control your emotion and you insult me here, I'm going to insult you 100%.
Okay.
You understand? You cannot insult me on a normal ground. Fiscally, you can't insult me, right? I will treat you like a child. If you insult me physically, I will handle you like a child. I don't care your age. Do you understand? You are powerful over the camera, so you can say whatever you want to say, but you can't dare say it to me physically. You understand? I will handle you like a kid.
Can we arrange the meeting ground? Can we arrange the meeting ground?
So learn to control your emotion. You understand?
Okay.
Please don't take him out. I also have a right to respond because you mentioned my name. There's no need to take him out. All you have to do is to meet them or something. And you're taking too long to admonish them.
Comment.
What did you say?
Comment.
I know, but he mentioned my name, so I'm asking to respond to him.
When he gets your time, then you make a...
No. He mentioned my name.
If you want to make it rowdy, I will take you out.
Take me out, you son of a bitch. Take me out. You think you're a big boy because you're moderating.
Take him out, please.
Hello, come on. Don't use such word now.
Don't forget, that state is now an oil-producing state. So they now have derivation, if you are not aware. So if you want to speak for anybody, please do not defend a character like Yabelo. Please do not.
Okay, let me respond to him. 1 second.
Do not defend a character like Yabelo. Do not.
All right, thank you, Mohammed.
The people of that state.
Can I respond to him?
No.
Then go to hell. Rudolph, go to hell.
All right.
Rudolph, I've never seen this part of him before. Tinubu is a criminal, yes, of course, a categorical grade 1 criminal. The only person more criminal than Tinubu in Nigeria is probably Babangida. But he's a criminal. And is it fit for purpose? Absolutely not. Should Tinubu be the president of Nigeria? Categorical no. Is there a better option than him? That is subjective. So show me who he is.
All right. Again, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate all of you. Today is Saturday, January the 10th, 2026. It's happening all over the world. Nigeria is playing Algeria, if I'm right, for the quarterfinals, I believe, African Cup of Nations. I'm sure most of you are watching there, hoping that Nigeria wins. I understand that at this point it's halftime. A few minutes ago, that was the last time I was informed. Halftime, and that Nigeria is 0-0. There's no score yet. So we'll be watching that as we go on with the program today. And let me just briefly touch on issues that we All right, sorry guys, I got knocked out. I'm not sure what happened, but I was knocked out briefly for. I went to hell. I didn't go to hell. I was here. Something happened, but thank you so much. So the issues we are talking about today, of course, we are continuing to follow what's going on in Venezuela. At this point, there is no conversation about I'm being told that it's 2-1, Nigeria 2, Algeria 0. Okay. Thank you, AY, for that information. All right, so these are the topics. Trump, the Venezuela thing is still going on. Now we know actually why they went there. Trump is not hiding it. America is not hiding it. And they are pushing now to go and get Greenland. So it's a wider conversation about what is going on. The grandson of an immigrant, which is what Trump is, from Germany, is doing what Germany used to do in the 30s. So that's what's going on. The world is panicking, trying to understand what's going on. Also in Minnesota, ICE agents killed a woman. And that has led to protests across states and cities in America. In Iran, there's protests going on. They've cut off internet, and we don't know what's going on. Things are leaking a little bit. People are on the street. They are demanding change. The government doesn't know what to do. The son of the last Shah of Iran is telling protesters in Iran to go on the street and keep pushing. So we are watching that. In Nigeria, the big issue is, once again, Rivers State is boiling. Wike has abandoned his duty as minister, who should be in Abuja, to settle in Rivers State to try to control Fubara, the governor. We had recently, last minute, that the president has intervened. He asked him to stop the impeachment proceedings. So we will talk about that and see where things are with that situation. And what else? Of course, ADC, they are moving on with their effort to be the alternative party. We saw P2B declare at the end of the year, last year, and people moving to that party. But now we also heard from Dati Ahmed, who is saying that he's staying with Labour Party, that he's not moving. So, all right, that's what I have for you. I'll let the people who are in the studio come in and chat with me, and then others who may be interested to come in and join us in the conversation. So when the game is up, finished, you guys can let me know. I don't know how to watch it or where they watch it. But thank you again for joining us. I appreciate all of you. So let's see. Who do we have? Sure. Executive producer. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, Rudolph. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you.
Same here. Good afternoon to all our viewers from Little England.
Little is becoming a little. a lot smaller as Trump is expanding America. England is becoming. Anyway, thank you for joining our show. Mr. James, thank you so much for being here. Let's start with Show. Show, what are you watching? What's going on?
Well, watching Super Eagles, as you can see. Team Niger,
wow.
Yeah, watching the Super Eagles leading 2-0. They've played well. They've played really well. Pardon?
Time in the game. How many minutes left?
So right now they have about 30 minutes left.
Okay.
And they're winning 2-0. So, quite happy with the performances so far this tournament. And this goes to all the people that were defending that guy from here, Basiru, whatever his name was, Mourinho's friend, the Portuguese one that he got the last time. The football was horrible, and we didn't win anything. And like I said the only reason why most of us would accept that kind of football is if he guarantees 100%, not 99.9, 100% trophy. Then we'll say, okay, if there's a trophy, we would overlook the boring football, but nobody's going to go back and watch that tournament. There was no highlights, there was nothing. Eric Chelle, the football is beautiful. Even if we don't win this tournament, which I'm rooting for the Super Eagles to win, even if we don't win, if any of these games come up in the future, I would sit down and watch it because it's exciting. You see the way they play 4-3-1-2, 4-3-2-1. It's very fluid. Sometimes Akko Adams will drop, and it will make it 4-3-2-1. Sometimes it would stay at the 4-3 with Ademola Lookman in the pocket playing, as the 10, supporting Osimhen and Victor Akko. It's expansive. You see, before they were telling us we had no midfielders. What were you expecting? But all of a sudden, Iwobi is playing like a prime Iniesta or Xavi or Zidane. The guys through passes. You will see line cutting passes. One pass, four midfielders taken out. But they were telling us then, just accept it. No, some of us don't like nonsense. We don't like mediocrity. I know that for the team that we have in Nigeria, we should be dominating African football. There's no reason why we're struggling against all these all these smaller teams. I won't call them nonsense. So, the football is really good. I'm very happy to watch the Super Eagles again. I'm not saying we have a divine right to win, but we have a divine right to expect them to entertain us while they play. 240 million people, and you can't provide 11 decent people. What nonsense. So, I'm watching that. You're muted.
Who scored for us?
Oh, Victor Osimhen scored, and he assisted Akko Adams, who is the second striker. So we have two strikers, both of them scored. Which the other guy from hell would never do. He will play one striker, everybody would defend. They'll be playing 6 defenders. Nonsense. So with that, and we had a bit of drama during the week, the last game.
Yeah, because did they get their allowances?
Oh, so 2 dramas. The ones that happened on the pitch where Victor Osimhen got really upset and, berated Ademola Lookman, which I disagree with people that were defending him. That's not passion. That's been stupid, But thankfully, they've resolved it as brothers. And with the allowances, I'm not sure if they've received it, but what the new captain said, Wilfred Ndidi, he said that the boys should travel to Marrakesh. If they don't get the allowance paid, he would pay them from his pocket. Somebody from the NFA, whatever, I don't know if it's NFA, I think they said there's a new body that handles their payment, said, he's still clearing with CBN, they've paid, he has to clear this. Other countries have received it. These boys have played 4 games. You've not paid them for any. And they know that once the tournament is over, they can't trust you. That's why they're saying, pay us while we're here. Otherwise, we won't. I mean, this has been going on since. It's a shame. I don't know if they've paid them or not, but these guys are horrible, horrible, horrible human beings. And you see, I think Nigeria, outside of Morocco, the host nation, we have the most officials. When I say officials, people from the offices. They're there with their side chicks and all these people. Plenty. You have money to do that, but you don't have money to pay the boys. And some people will say the boys are billionaires, millionaires. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If the money wasn't there, I said this when I was watching, Eagles in the early 90s, late 80s. If the money wasn't there as a broke nation, like when George Weah had to pay for the jerseys of the Liberian national team, if the money is not there, I understand it, but the money has been disbursed. Some people are taking it. That's the problem. So these boys are not saying they want the money because they're broke. They know that the money has been budgeted for. Some people are taking it to steal, or some people are just, some of the things they do, they invest it, they get the dividend or the interest, and they now pay the boys much later. That's what happens. So I don't fault the boys for asking for what belongs to them. Let them do what they want to do with it. The English national team, England, they've agreed that all their allowances will go to charity. it comes to them, it goes to the charity of their choice. Still give it to them. Ademola Lookman might decide to give it to people in his father's village. Osimhen might decide to go to the Delta State, or busy from Edo Delta, and give people. That's not your business. But to hold those boys' money, these thieving bastards, and they will say Nigeria is broke, Nigeria is broke, Nigeria is broke. Shame on all of them. What do you mean show is Nigerian today? I'm like, now they've not given us Remo Republic. Remo Stars. We won the Nigerian Premier League last season. Don't be talking to me or Remo. We know they carry last too. So
all right.
Yeah, so I'm watching that. Another thing in the news, talking of Morocco, very dark man is in
Very
Morocco
dark man, yes.
to support the boys and all of that. And he ran into, or maybe some boys decided to look for him, some Nigerian students. They said they're there on scholarship, and they said they've been abandoned. So when he did the first video, he spoke to them. They said one of them passed away sadly because he had tuberculosis and he couldn't go to the hospital because there was no money. Nigeria abandoned them and all of that. So they invited them on the second day, because when that video trended, the Minister for Education, I think Tunji Alausa, he came out and he said, no, there's nothing like that. They didn't abandon anybody anywhere. So Very Dark Man went to this boy's house where they lived, and it was about 5 or 6 of them living in one room. The light was very dim, dingy. And some of them they sounded like they're from the north, and I think maybe that's why they chose Morocco, or maybe for the Islamic reasons, religion is easier for them. And these boys, some of them said they were studying medicine, medical, computer science, computer engineering, and they said they've been abandoned. They've not been paid, no allowances. Landlords are now saying they won't rent house or rooms to Nigerian students because they never pay. And these boys are saying they're on scholarship. That the Nigerian government have abandoned them. So he went there, interviewed them once again, posted videos. The Nigerian government, or the minister, has now released a statement on his official Twitter handle or X handle saying that there's nothing like that. They've not abandoned anybody that they're sponsoring, they're catering for. So we don't know who is right, who is wrong. I don't think these boys are crazy. I don't think they know what they're talking about, but Nigeria in typical fashion are denying it. I would have expected them to say, okay, we'll investigate it, we'll look into it. And if they're not people you're sponsoring, then you don't abandon them. They're still Nigerians. They're our children. Then you pass it to Abike Dabiri to look into it. That's what you'd expect, but it's just like, almost washing their hands off it, sort of nonsense that they do all the time. So that one is there. I can send you some of the videos if you want to play them. And lastly, still talking of education and scholarship, the United Arab Emirates have barred UK universities from their scholarship scheme. So they're saying that their children, the Emiratis, would no longer be going to United Kingdom or coming to the United Kingdom to study, because they worry that they will be radicalized in the UK by the Muslim Brotherhood on campuses. So let that sink in. The United Arab Emirates are worried that their Muslim children will be radicalized in England by Islamic Brotherhood or whatever these people call themselves. So they are saying that their children will now go to Canada, Australia, the US, and such places, but the UK Islamic radicalization is rife on campuses. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Sho. You touched on so many things. One thing I forgot to mention was a sad story. Chimamanda Adichie lost her son in Nigeria last week, I believe, or early this week. And the story around what happened has become controversial. She, I think, released a statement about what happened, and we will touch on that. But this is something that has continued to be an issue, medical treatment in Nigeria and stuff like that. Okay, let's quickly get to Mr. James. What are you watching? What is of interest to you this morning or this afternoon? It's already 12:30.
Certainly not football.
Of course. Yeah, like me. We are in the same camp.
I think it's William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Should be Julius Caesar. Somebody was accused of having a lean and hungry look because they think too much. Such men are dangerous, and it's not gamesome. Is it Casca or Cassius? I can't remember. Cassius, yes. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just like Cassius. I have a lean and hungry look.
And you're dangerous.
Well, I cannot say that. These boys, Mr. Shaw was talking about in Algeria. They are complaining that the federal government abandoned them, which is bad enough, and they are on scholarship. Can they please tell us when the scholarship was advertised and how they got the scholarship? Or they got it through the back door? If they got it through the back door, they have no reason to complain, because if you are going for equity, you go with perfectly clean hands. If it's a scholarship that was secured through the back door, they should be left to their fate. May God bless the federal government for abandoning them.
Thank you, Mr. James. It's a good point. I think that was in when I was in college. I applied for Commonwealth scholarship because James touched on something important. I wrote them in London, and they said, "Well, you have to write in Nigerian office. We don't give out forms in London." I told them I wrote Nigerian office. They didn't send anything to me. And that was when they now decided that they will contact the Nigerian office, and they grudgingly sent a form to me to apply. So yeah, you're right. The way that this scholarship, but that's not why we should abandon them. But the way
no. If you are secure the scholarship through foul means, you should be prepared with and be prepared for what goes with it. This is the point I'm making. Just like the Nigerian Defense Academy, when I was in high school, most of my classmates were interested, but you know, I need not talk too much because you know these things better than I do, because it's long I left home. So this is the country we come from. If they secure the scholarship through the back door, and the federal government choose to abandon them, they should go to the federal government and so that they should stop disturbing Nigerians, because they're supposed to advertise. When they advertise, then they choose the best candidate to be sponsored. But they got the scholarship through foul means. And when things have gone wrong, they want to resort to legal means to correct an illegality. It doesn't work like that. To hell with them.
All right, Mr. James, thank you so much. Recolonization, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. You can see how excited I am.
Yeah, I could see.
It's a 2-0 lead.
It's still 2-0. How many minutes left?
And they are still, I hope they'll put the third one very soon.
How many minutes left?
It's about 18 minutes left.
Okay.
But you can get up to 25 with additional time.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've watched Nigeria play, like Show was saying, play and you feel happy. You know that voice. What's up, man? What's up? We can forgive them about the World Cup, what they did in the World Cup, if they can give us Nation Cup. So I don't know what to say. I know you just wanted to know what's new, but for me, the newest thing is what is happening right now. The game, Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Recolonization. Uche, welcome to the show.
Okay. Mr. Rudolph, Mbedoma.
Yeah.
I can see you today. All today you are smiling. I don't know
Why?
whether your wife born new baby.
No, I don't.
I don't know.
No. This is a new year. I'm taking things easy.
Okay. You have to take things easy, of course, because things are full our head from home. All the people that wish me Happy New Year, I told them there's nothing like Happy New Year. We don't celebrate anything Happy New Year because that country called Nigeria has nothing to celebrate like Happy New Year. Everywhere is sad, and the human being there is supposed to be sad. Every Nigerian person is supposed to be sad. I'm not following the game because all those things it doesn't contribute anything to my own side. Because if Nigeria is a working country, I could have paid interest. I will on my television and I will be watching those things. I will be happy. But because all those boys are suffering to make Nigerian name to be great. At the end of the day, they will just pour them like water, throw them away because they will marginalize them. Even there, they are suffering playing.
My brother, sorry. If you are a real Nigerian, this is the only thing that gives us joy. Already, if without football, somebody like me, I've forgotten about Nigeria. Only this football is only what. It's okay. I understand. Based on your own understanding, I can never interfere your own happiness. I can never. But I'm talking from my own heart. Understand me? So, I was coming back from work. So I went somewhere.
some of our brother in the game house playing games. So I tried to greet somebody there. So people there, whether the white or the black people, they are being happy. You know, things is moving well in this country. But go to Nigeria, go into where they are playing all these Niger beds. You will find out that in the next 5 minutes, the fight will break. They'll start fighting. Everybody's sad. Nothing small. Before you know, they'll say, "Hey, off NEPA." They will take the light in where they are playing the Niger bed. You will, when you listen, the next thing you hear a kind of generator will be sounding like engineer worker. So nothing make things happy for me, maybe. But the major thing I want to throw out here is Ojo Zokalo. That is my problem now. Ojo Zokalo want to. Yes, the news is trending. Ojo Zokalo want to discredit Alex Oti, the only man we saw in that country now, Nigeria. In Alibo, the only man working that dedicated himself. And when I heard his comment, he said he is here for mission. That word, when I pick it from Alex Oti, I feel comfortable for only him doing the job. And now they are pushing him left and right to join APC. Maybe they wanna bring every fight to give, maybe to throw to him. But not only I pray for him, somebody like me can go there and fight for him to make sure that somebody like Ojo Zokalo must to be disgraced to the core, to the last. And I want Nigerians to pay interest in Abia State, where Ojo Zokalo is. Ojo Zokalo and his brother. Ojo Zokalo with his boy. What do you call it? Carlo somebody.
Theodore Kaoji, I think.
Not the former governor. Not to the former governor.
It's House of Rep.
Yes, the one leading House of Rep now, Ojo Zokalo boy. These two people want to destabilize what Alex Oti is doing. And the problem we have to pay attention is this. Maybe I will talk during my own turn, but I want to throw this. If Nigerians did not pay attention now in other states, Alex Oti wants to make other states a place that people can now be proud of Nigeria. People can be proud of other states. But if mistakenly these people throw Alex Oti out, they may bring somebody like they may do it like their magic. Bring somebody from Supreme Court, how they do it in Imo State. You know, this APC, their magic is horrible. They may do it, and the person will come and be useless to destroy the work Alex Oti have laid on ground. Because what Senator Nashata is doing in the state where she's where she's represented, the politicians are not happy because Nigerians are asking, is it not the same money? Is it not the same money these people are receiving? Nashata is receiving to do all these things, and the same thing goes to Alex Oti. Is it not the same money governors are receiving? Alex Oti is using to do this job. And when you come back and see their caucus meeting, they will say no. These people are disgracing them. This is an evil country. It's a very useless country. Call from the measure when Donald Trump said it's a useless country. It's a useless country. Let me just stop from here.
All right, thank you, Uche. Let's go to Ernest. Ernest Eze, are you there? Hello. All right, Ernest is not there. Ernest, are you there? All right. Thank you, Uche, for that. I think you're talking about there was a meeting of former governors of Abia State somewhere. I'm not sure where they met, most likely in Abuja. And after the meeting, that was when Ojo Zokalo was talking about, I think he said that Oti was repenting and reconstructing roads that he built. That there was
Could you imagine?
There was no new thing that Oti
built.
Yeah. So that was quite an interesting observation. Are you from Imo State? Are you from Abia State?
No,
Okay.
No, I'm from Imo State. The things happening in Imo State, we don't have much to talk again. We are just looking. So, listen, I made this comment in one of our organization here, and somebody just threw a question from the back. I beg, leave out the state. You go and fight in Imo State. Go and fight your governor. I feel ashamed. I don't know what to say again. Oh, well, this Alibo, I must defend any good thing happening in Alibo. I must stand to defend it, to protect it, because nobody knows where the new child that was born that can do well in society. When you see something want to harm the child, go and protect the child, because you don't know whether your child are going to benefit from the child when the future.
All right. Thank you so much. We are going to begin the conversation today. We're going to start with Fubara versus Wike. And it also extends to the president. So far, this is what we know. Wike has been fighting Fubara again because Fubara joined APC and is claiming to be now the leader of APC in Rivers State. So Wike went to Rivers State to reclaim that position. Along the way, he had his people in the State Assembly initiate impeachment against the governor and the deputy. Let's watch a little bit of Wike speaking.
There's a weekend our leader. If I don't say this, let me warn those who come to River State because you have heard about 600 billion. You come here, you collect, and you open your mouth, you talk anyhow. I want to say it. You know, when you are doing something for the interest of everybody, some people will come out to make sure those things don't work. I say it here, Victor, I want to say it here. Take this message. Tell your national secretary, leave River State alone. Leave River State alone. Go and ask those who have tried it before. Go and ask those who have tried it before.
Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondolindole, Kamanga, Wukandalewa, Owa Pondolindole, Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondolindole, Kamanga, Wukandolewa, Owa Pondolindole, Kapinta, Bidikila, Owa Pondolindole, Kamanga, Wukandolewa, Owa Pondolindole.
Don't take our support from Mr. President for granted. You have to be careful the statement you make. You have to be careful. Today, you are enjoying in Osun. You don't know those who did the work.
Also speaking, he almost implicated himself, talking about things he did to help Tinubu become president. So I'm sure that the Tinubu's people are totally not happy with him, because the latest story is that they intervened and stopped the state assembly from attempting to impeach the governor. But let me play for you this last video a little bit before we go into the conversation. This is Fubara's people. He's becoming bolder, and his people are becoming bolder, and they are the ones who are coming back to say, look, you can't continue to come here and disrupt things, let's say.
You know be God, oh. I don't like for you.
right. This is how a cartoonist in Nigeria, Business Day, captured Wike's dilemma in Nigeria. He's trying to saddle two different political parties, and this is where we are. All right, so let's begin the conversation. I want to know what you guys think about what's going on. Let me start with you, Mr. James. Have you been watching?
Yeah, actually, I have nothing to say about these nuisance because the world is in crisis. The whole wide world is in crisis at the moment. The destiny of man is being reshaped. And this is the role we are playing. Get the point? Nigeria is a sellout to what's it called? Africa look up to Nigeria to come to their rescue. And we are behaving like, I don't know the right English word to use. Please spare me the horror of commenting on this kind of issues. I can consume my time.
All right, we will come back to Trump and the war they are talking about in a moment. Recolonization. What is the take on Wike and Fubara?
Doctor, you know, I've said this many times. Our problem in Nigeria, we have a sickness called Nasodo de Duam syndrome. And that's what we are watching. This is our normal system in Nigeria now. They are just playing that power game. Okay, so for Fubara now, they say they don't tell him what to do. You don't join APC. So as he joined APC, his sin has been forgiven. They've given him another title. So we can now see what's in the happen. They cry. Like Mr. James said, I want you to spare me the horror of saying anything about it. The game I'm watching is more important to me than those news ads, according to Mr. James. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Uche, you look like you know Wike. See your friend.
Mr. Rudolph, you know one thing. There is one particular place we felt this. We, the people that can analyze these things, where we felt these things is this issue of Christianity. When they tell us, forgive who sin against you. This forgiveness have led Nigerians to start checking our mentality. If including me, if our mental is still working or is not working. When you listen to the world now, some countries are going protest, hitting it hard to the politicians, the policies they are making. What causing problem, whether going front or going back. But do you know why? Do you know what? The Nigerians are waiting the next comment. And what is the next comment? Wike. And this is a very big deal with Wike. When the Nigerian system trying to fall into chaos, they will bring somebody like Wike, go and throw something in the air, so you distract the masses. And when Wike throw it, people have never risen beyond what I'm talking now. Wike will throw it with every media. When you are looking at Wike, party media will be his president. Party. President of Nigeria have never done it before. Party mic. President is front, he will balance like one riffraff. Maybe after taking Janga, taking the one inside his nose, everything, he will be talking like Ebele. It's not a Latin matter. Ebele, you know what it's called Ebele? The Arturo. He will be talking like Arturo Ebele. At the end of the day, people will not pay interest to discuss Wike. Do you know what is going on? I just pick one interest or something, one concern of what he's doing. Bringing his son. Maybe this boy is not up to 18 years. He's not up to 18 years. Do you see the major corruption there? You are bringing a son that's
23 years old.
Well, how many years?
23.
23. If that boy is not up to 23, take it, go and do your main research. Do you know why I tell you he's not up to because when a politician want to bring his age down, because he want to behave like Tinubu from 90 years down to 70 years, And when you want to bring your son to join immediately, very quick, you carry his age up. And at the end of the day, this boy now, when you tell him you are 23 years old boy, when your father brought you, he will tell you, no, there is a mistake her father did. Did you hear him speaking to 23 years old? That was his father. Maybe your father made a mistake to say 23 years. Maybe he want to be a president then. This is my concern. And when Nigerians watch, Erufai, his son have started, is a position now, very big position. Erufai, maybe Tinubu, son, now have come in, check, maybe Obasanjo. These guys have brought their son, their daughters inside the game. And we are here talking. The Nigerians, the problem is that we have never started to solve the problem. This thing we are talking, we are just talking. When in the water, the river, when it will reach us where we cannot breathe again, if we want to breathe, we breathe water, like somebody in the ocean. You are sinking, you can't breathe again. That time you will know that Gary happened. Look at what have never happened in Nigeria before. Donald Trump bombed Nigeria. Nobody have rise up and say, no, this thing cannot continue. Check how many people have killed after them from these terrorists. No. Discussing Nigeria is like, I know why Mr. James, in total respect, the reason why he will not say that because he knows that his generation have fed him. So when he wants to talk, he don't know what to talk because somebody like Mr. James are looking to the youth now, us, to do something. And we are looking, like Mr. James, we are looking. Let's continue looking.
All right.
Maybe Mr. Let me round up. I can only say about Wike, people should not pay interest of Wike anymore. Fubara have taken the position to deal with him. The APC are going to deal with Wike, and this is not prophecy. A reasonable man knows that Wike will come back with a disgrace like Okorocha. Mark it somewhere. It's not a prophecy. He will come back with a shame like Okorocha. And at the end of the day, he worth nothing. Because nobody can hear Rochas Okorocha anymore. This is what I can say about Wike. Very useless person.
All right. Thank you so much. Before I come to you, OBE, let's look at Wike again.
It will happen in Lagos State, but it will not happen in Rivers. We are quite different. It will not happen here. As a governor, I will come and go. I can't stop it. I must come and go. All the Kebari left. You've never heard Ugly saying that you will do this, you don't do that. The day my tenure, by the grace of God, ends, I go. That's what God wants it. But see, when you are in a position to think that what's happening in Lagos State, you will do it here, it may be difficult. You cannot continue to say you must be a godfather of the state. That's the problem. It's not possible. Today I live here in the name of Almighty God. I have no business to say, what must I produce? Why? What am I hiding? The people of the state should be able to say, this is who they want to produce. We from River State, we know we have lost somebody in the Peter. I can tell you, not in Nigeria.
Yeah, that was Wike before the alcohol took over. Look at his face.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, Obi.
Yes. Rudolph, Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you for having me. And it's funny and it's so sad and it's crazy. You know, this word of mouth, they are very strong. When you speak, sometimes these words go after manifestations too, you know. In Benin, they used to make a parable that when the king give you a charm, you seems to be very confident in it. That if you use that charm to go and be playing in front of the highway, that a vehicle called Agbegi is going, the trailer is very rough one. That one that carry timber is called Agbegi in Benin. It's that's the kind of the truck that will crush you if you use that jazz to go and be playing in the highway. Where an Agbegi is coming with a full load of timber. You know, they don't have brake. They only use stick to hold their brake. So when you have that kind of confidence because you think you are a kingmaker, you are the god of River State, you are Otokunadu, nobody can challenge you because you got some billions you've stolen, and you think you can bully everybody and everybody is stupid around you, both your father that made you, your mother that made you, your senior that you have looked up to, they now became children before your eyes. That one told him that he was washing his car. That what does it mean by integrity and integrity thing? You know, they were trying to hear me. Look at where you're coming from. How come you just become a god of the situation because you made a minister? When he was talking in that video, probably he was thinking he was going to get the presidential ticket. At the end of the day, he doesn't need the state for anything. He would have been done at that level. You know, they all go back to eat the words of their mouth. They all look at all of them that are in the politics. Now they say one thing, they do another thing. Say the president told you that if there's no light, don't vote for me again. Is there light now in the country? Has it light up the country? No. So we're not going to vote for him, right? That is the word of mouth. They keep making statements that they think that Nigerians will not remember, and they just leave. They just think that this all play and we are all joking and nothing will happen because nothing has been happening to them. And when I blame Nigerians who are yet to start stoning them and I'm asking them, why is it that your salary is so and so amount of money and you are living in a house of 100 billion? How come? Nigeria start asking them those questions. Probably they will kind of retrace from their confidence of manipulating the system and thinking that nobody can hold them for accountable. Look at Oshomole. He said, when you come to APC, your sins are forgiven. When they're not Tony, look at what he said. He started rephrasing, thinking Nigerians are fools too. All of them keep making statements that they can never keep because they are all liars, they are all deceivers. When I think forefather that is busy about security, that is busy talking about how to recruit military and all that. Look at his state or River State. He's not gone there to go and start telling people what to do now because he's busy talking of recruitment and military and security and all that. One single man that have one vote. You just holding the state to run. So a state that you have the BRICS, a state that you have the former minister, the former governor, a state you have Odili. Nobody's talking to him. Nobody can make a state. Peter Side is there. All of them are there. Nobody can talk to this guy because he's Superman. I don't really get it. And Amir Wule is just being a fool. He doesn't know the meaning of a speaker. He doesn't know how the power he has. He's letting Wike use him and make him look like a less a human being and less a man. I wonder if they have an adult children that could even tell them that come on now, this is not good for the eyes, man. Why are you guys doing this? You know, a one man is telling this that he will bring out the governor of his state. A one man will tell you that a one vote for one man and all that. At the end of the day, you ring elections, you brought a man in that you think is going to be your puppet, and you want to pick an accountant. You know, we accountant, we always give account of whatever given to us. It's difficult for an accountant to share money. That's the problem Obaseki is having with Edo State now. The same problem because he never shared money. An accountant is not wired in a way that he will see resources for the purpose and he will distribute it anyhow and cannot account for it. It's a sin against the profession. You can never condole it. So we will tend to keep account of whatever was doing. It's difficult for an accountant to share money without an accountability. Very difficult. He picked the wrong person and he thinks this person can just be giving him 30% of the resource of the state because he is a godfather. You know, they manipulated him. They went to use the so-called emergency rule and all that to think they can confuse him. They went and make him sign stuff and sign that he will be a one-time governor. Who are you to tell him? Who are you to tell him to be a one-time governor? Who are you? And were you one-time governor? It doesn't mean that Fubara is no longer a man enough to even think for himself because you nominated him or because you manipulated the election. Everything you have done, the sins you have committed, the election you have ranked. Fine, no, he's not a governor. He cannot even breathe for 30 days. Then after you have gone around the state doing campaign, thinking that look at the way Asari make fool of him now. He went to Asari's house. Asari did not even mention anything about what is happening. Asari started talking about road. Talking about how to network his kingdom to be more economically viable. The next few days, Asari went and bust online that, man, Wike came to my house and telling me that he wants to, because he doesn't have time. Fubara is where he stands for life. That's what he told him. He fooling himself around the state, thinking that these leaders are actually listening to him, and they are because when they want to go, probably drop 10 million, drop 20 million with them. He thinks that he has the muscle because he has gathered all the money from the project in Abuja and sharing around. It's too much for him. When the man wants to fall, this is the way they go. They go this route, and their fall is always very, very intense because this is what is happening. Now you are bringing out your small boy, a small innocent boy that's supposed to have been pursuing a career wherever he is and working and building himself, building a life. You are making him stand in the podium. You are talking, you are dancing. What kind of human beings are all this now? And people are there. The Emegule are there looking at this man trying to bring out his son to become a representative of that state. They are there looking. And they think it's fun, it's joke. He will just win election and they will write his name there and he will go and be your rep. You know, Biakbo. The forefather is saying that security is busy about security. Let him come today. I'll wait for him. Let him come and talk about security again. Look at his state. One man is running it, one man is threatening everybody. And nobody can talk. Shame on them. Shame on River State people. Shame on Nigerians.
All right. Thank you. Dan, yeah.
Mr. Rudolph, let me just add this.
Hold on. Uche, hold on.
Yeah, I know.
Uche, hold on. Go ahead, recognition.
Yeah, you see, now we have gotten to the semi-final, so now I can just talk a little bit.
The game is over?
It's over, yeah, we are qualified now.
2-0.
2-0. What a game. What I'm trying to tell, my brother Obi was saying something, but I want to just pull his leg a little bit. What Wike is doing is what Nigerians do. Wike is just is playing the game of a typical Nigerian. This is how we are, and that is why we fail in that country. For me, what Wike is doing it's like just listen to him. This is how Nigerians are, and this is where our failure comes from. You understand? Wike says it's not an Igbo man. Look at the song they were singing for him there, Igbo songs. And you can listen to what the songs is saying. Look at Fubara own. Listen to what they are saying. This typical Nigerian situation. We call for revolution here. They say no. Now we are calling for recolonization. I don't know whether they will agree to that. We have to do something, not just talking. It's time for Nigerians to say, let us face our fears and save that country. Wike is a typical Nigerian style. Nothing. If what Wike is doing surprising people, I just feel like, what do you mean? So somebody came to Nigeria and said, "Milokan, Yoruba lokan, Tabada Tisa Yoruba no Emile Egbo." We say that play is our president today. Since the year started, where is that man? Nobody knows where he is. Nobody cares to know, and they look at. Then when Wike they do it, we go they complain. That's what I wanted to add, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Uche, what were you going to say before I bring in Ernest?
Yes, one thing I want to throw in is this. The Nigerians that maybe they are talking, they should start asking this question direct to these people. Wike, can you tell us the agreement between you and Fubara? Because this is the problem where it started. Fubara, can you tell us now, what is this problem? What is this agreement? Agreement is agreement, yo. If they can tell us the agreement, Mr. Rudolph, you're married, and you have agreement before you're married, and in the process, your wife will tell you, this system, we don't like it again, it's not working. Can't you guys reshuffle the agreement? Can't you guys check the agreement? If giving her 20 naira to make a soup every week, and the 20 naira cannot work because you have a baby now, or you have added one baby, can't you guys reshuffle? The agreement today should tell us whether trading with the whole river state with the two people on the agreement. People should ask this question. That's the only thing I want to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Uche. Ernest.
Good morning, Rudolph. So I went to watch a Nigerian match. That's why I left. But I'm back.
Did we win?
Why not? Why not? It's easy one. So I think many people are jealous of Wike. Wike, I like what Wike is doing. But he's doing it because he met somebody like Fubara. Fubara is just like Jonathan. So I've been telling people that voting somebody and he job personas to occupy enough is president or government is a waste of time because they don't have what it takes to stand the heat. Fubara is the governor of Rivers State, getting billions of naira. Somebody is coming to Abuja to do meeting on top of your head where you are governing. The person is talking, and you are waiting for APC in Abuja to come and help you. Which kind of human being is that? So if Fuba wants to be governor of Rivers State, he should stand up and be governor. If not, Wike should bring somebody who will succeed Fuba in 2027. Fuba is not a man enough to be a governor. So that's the problem. Wike is doing everything he's doing. I like what he's doing. That is Nigeria. If I pick somebody as my successor, I would like to control the person. It's everywhere. Why was not like to control the governor of Ipiki Kano? Tinubu remove Ambode not because Ambode is not working. He said Ambode is not a party man. So Ambode is not sharing money. He removed him. So if what Wike wants from Fubara is not getting it, and he can remove Fubara, he should remove Fubara. If Fubara wants to be the governor, then he should do what he's supposed to do. And for me, if I'm governor of Rivers State, it's very easy now. Wike is nobody. First of all, what's supposed to do is meet the commissioner of police in Rivers State, place him on monthly salary. That is, I'm talking about Nigerian way. Get two policemen, place them on salary. People, at least 5,000 people in each local government, place them on salary. Same week, they will make sure that Wike will not come to Rivers State again until he finish his tenure. But Fubara is there doing meeting, waiting for Nigerian APC Abuja to come and help him. Tinubu is not supporting Wike, and Tinubu is not supporting Fubara. Tinubu is looking for somebody who will get votes for him. And he's seen it in Wike. If Fubara cannot stand up as a governor to do what he's supposed to do, then he should leave. Now Wike should, in fact, they should impeach him. It's not, that is exactly what Jonathan did for 6 years. He was there on top of his head, on top of Jonathan's head. The regulation, president of Nigeria on top of his head, someone regulation of his head. So this Nigerian data people, I don't understand them. What we say you be job guy, they make people say just strong, you just this. You know, fit your state. Getting below every month, somebody in Abuja is coming to do meeting. For how many? 2 weeks. Nothing happens to the person. The person talking bad about you, governor, in your state. I don't understand. In fact, Fubara should leave that way when we can continue. See, there's a way we govern. There's a way Nigeria is not US. Nigeria is not. There's a way Nigeria is governed. If you want to come to Nigeria politics, be prepared. Fubara's attention should be on the people. Anybody who is doing something to make sure that he's not doing what he's supposed to do, then he should face the person, not begging. So why are people complaining on Wike? Wike is doing the right thing. That is Nigerian way, and he's succeeding. In fact, what Wike is trying to do is to make sure that he will bring somebody 2027. After 2021, his son will become governor of Rivers State, if you don't know. In fact, one thing is said, after this half of people say he wants the next thing that Wike's son is governor of Rivers State. Wike will retire for. Before Wike retire from politics, make sure that his son succeeded him. And people are there talking rubbish. Fubara is just one of those Jonathan type that they don't have what it takes to go. Even local government, they can't govern.
All right. Thank you, Ernest. It will be interesting when we talk about Trump and compare him to Wike and all the other characters in Nigeria. Mazepara, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Rudolph Okonkwo, and good evening, my folks.
So we're running up this conversation on Fubara and Wike, and there are people actually now pushing that that Wike is not a member of APC, should leave APC alone. There are people saying that he's spending more time in Rivers than doing his job in Abuja, and that when the president comes back, he may not be what he thinks that will happen. Go ahead. What is your take?
Yeah, I will start like this way. Wike Wike Ezenwa is his name. You know, that guy. You know what is disturbing Wike is not ordinary. I'm telling you what is disturbing him. People think that, oh, Wike, something is wrong, something is pushing him around. And my own observation is that what is pushing him around is the Igbo youths he lied upon during the NSAS and massacred Igbo youths in their hundreds. That is what is worrying Wike. Wike has a lot of issues. Not even both politically, spiritually, everything. You see how he looks like? Does he look like a 58 years old man or young man? He doesn't look like that. He's a troubled person. He's fighting for his last, this is his last fight. During NSAS, Wike lied against young Igbo people, young youths who had nothing to do with anything. Wike lied against him, sent troops and army and everything. And we all we know, or we saw what happened in Obibo, in Port Harcourt. And then the Nigerian people were praising him. They were calling him Dikon Hawan of Ikwere land. They were naming, praising him. Even our Igbo governors, what do you call him now? David Umahi, the former Ohaneze Ndibo, Wodo, they visited this man and they were singing, Wike Kaineso, Onagaga, Onelelo, Wike Kaineso, and we were here crying for our people. Women were murdered, children were murdered under Wike because Wike wanted to please the northern, hegemony. Wike wanted to be president of Nigeria. That is why he lied against his own people. He destroyed people's lives and property and businesses. And we Igbo people, mostly we that were exposed, we in diaspora, intellectuals, nobody said anything. Nobody condemned what Wike did to Igbo people in Obibo. Today, those people who were praising him, because Nigerian media, Nigerian press, journalists were praising him because he was dealing with Igbo people. He was dealing with IPOB, he was dealing with Igbo people. Today, all of them are getting, part of Wike. Wike is destroying everywhere. He has destroyed PDP. He's trying to destroy APC. Anything Wike touches, he destroys because he's a very selfish human being. Wike, a lot of blood of innocent people are on his hand. Listen to what people are saying about him in River State, his own people. Look at Wike. He lied and he lied and he lied. And he's a liar. I don't blame Fubara because somebody who is saying a joy is this and no, I don't think so. The problem is that I've said it before. Democracy is not for sub-Saharan people. Sub-Saharan, we are not civilized to practice democracy. Look at people are following Wike. Wike served as two-time governor, 8 years. Wike is the minister in Abuja, but people are following him, singing for him, clapping for him because the people have nothing to do. Those young people who are following Wike, they have no job. They have no future, they have nothing. So what they do is they follow these people, get a little stipend from them, and that's it. That's what they do. Not that people who are following Wike love him or no, because there is too much hunger in the land. People are unemployed. That's why they are following him. He has destroyed River State, and finally, you see, River State is the worst place, the worst state in Nigeria because River State is supposed to be the richest state in Nigeria, but because of this infighting, which Gowon, that is what Gowon did. Gowon, because the River State was since 1967, River State has been the the economic power of Nigeria. So the only way to get it out of Igbo people is to create that river state. Since Gowon created that river state has never known peace because it is a fraud. You divide people, and you just what do you call it now? Divide and rule. That is what is happening in River State. They fight against themselves, and the strangers are coming, ruling, taking their money, taking their properties, taking their national resources, and they're fighting themselves. And they're going to continue the fight to them until they come out and say, we are sorry. They are going to fight themselves forever unless there's an atonement in River State, because River State has taken a lot of Igbo lives and Igbo properties. They have to come out and say, make an atonement before there will be peace in River State. Otherwise, there will never be peace in River State. They are fighting themselves while strangers are running their state. How many River State? I've told you, my mother is from River State. If you go there, if you go to River State, Uganda, where my mother comes from, you cry for yourself. How many river people, have ordinary oil well? How many of them? They are fighting themselves while the strangers are taking their natural resources. All of them did it. Amechi did it. Everybody did it. And the next person is going to do it until they come out and say, we are sorry. River State will never know peace. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Maaz Opara. We are going to move on to other topics. Let me just mention something we have not mentioned today, which was the U.S. imposed a visa bond on Nigerians trying to come to America, and they are going to pay $15,000 now as a bond. So if you are looking for a visa to come and visit, they started it already in some countries. They are doing a test, and they moved on to 37 new countries, which Nigeria is one of them. So if you want to get a visa to come to United States from Nigeria, you have to put down $15,000. If you go and come back and didn't overstay, they give you back your money. I think that's the idea. So that's one of the stories that came up. Another story we have not mentioned today is that of a picture of Paul Kagame and Tinubu, because a lot of people are looking for President Tinubu. Where is the president of Nigeria? So they issued a picture taken in Paris, Tinubu and Paul Kagame. And some smart Nigerians noticed that there was an AI logo by the side, which people started saying that this picture is a fake picture, that it was AI that generated the picture. The government came back and said, oh no, it wasn't that it was just that they used a back camera, a phone camera to take the picture. So they had to edit it to make it look good. That was what happened. So again, the government is left in the middle trying to explain to Nigerians that this is actually the president with Paul Kagame, and they didn't make that visit up, that it was just that the picture was edited, which goes to tell you about the consequences of not being truthful and honest. Even when you are saying the truth, people don't believe you anymore. Any kind of error like that is questioned. So that's something else that I don't think we mentioned today. Also, Dangote withdraws petition against Farouk Ahmed, the former chief at NMDPRA, this upstream oil agency that was fired recently. So initially, Dangote filed a petition at the ICPC, and they wanted to try him for the kind of money he's been spending and how he was living his life. But Dangote now went to say, I'm withdrawing that. I had that ICPC said, no, we are going to continue with the trial, which is quite interesting, and we will watch how that develops. All right. For those who are just joining us, Nigeria won. We want to welcome people who have joined us since the game ended. We understand that some of you are big fans of Nigeria, and for that you have decided to just wait until the game is over. Want to thank those who are supporting us. Brick House Capital, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Riako Topwe, thank you so much. And then we are going to take a break at this point. When we come back, we are going to discuss the next issue on our agenda, which is Trump. What Trump has been doing, what has been going on around the world. There are so many angles to the international stories. One is Iran. People are on the streets protesting. They are being encouraged by the son of the former Shia of Iran. In the United States, there were people protesting yesterday, today again, in cities across America because ICE agents in Minneapolis killed a woman, a white woman. So we are going to talk about all those. And Trump is saying that he wants Greenland. And normally they either do it the good way, the easy way, or the hard way. So he's moving ahead with this policy and philosophy of taking control of the new hemisphere. What does that do? Where does that leave, for instance, China and Taiwan? Where does that leave Russia and Ukraine? So these are issues that are of importance to everybody, anywhere in the world you might be. The European Union, they are at a loss on what to do, how to proceed in terms of do they challenge Trump? Because if you remember, Greenland is controlled by an European country. So we talk on that and every other issue that is coming up. For those joining us, we are going to end exactly at 3 today. So this is not one of those days that 30 minutes to the end time, we bring in people and we start extending it. We can't do that anymore. But there will be another show that will come immediately after this. So if you want to join us during the rant and every other thing we do, make sure you join us an hour before the time. All right, we take a break and then we'll be back with our conversation on Trump. What does Trump want in the world?
Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 in the United States. He is not the legitimate president of Venezuela. That's not just us saying it. The first Trump administration, the Biden administration, the second Trump administration, none of those three recognized him. He's not recognized by the European Union and multiple countries around the world. He is a fugitive of American justice with a $50 million reward, which I guess we saved $50 million. And
we should make sure.
Yeah, exactly. But
don't let anybody claim it. Nobody deserves it but us.
But I want to be clear about one thing. Nicolas Maduro had multiple opportunities to avoid this. He was provided multiple very, very, very generous offers and chose instead to act like a wild man, chose instead to play around. And the result is what we saw tonight. The other message here is the following. You have a guy, like many people around the world, they like to play games. You have a guy who decides he's going to invite Iran into his country, is going to, do the confiscation of American oil companies, is going to flood our country with gang members, is going to take Americans prisoner and try to hold them for hostage and trade them like he was able to do with the Biden administration. Basically likes to play games all this time and thinks nothing's going to happen. And I hope what people now understand is that we have a president. The 47th president of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. He actions it. I can tell you, I've watched this process now for 14, 15 years, been around it. Everybody talks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. When I get there, we're going to do this. We're going to take. This is a president of action. Like, I don't understand yet how they haven't figured this out. And now, if you don't know, now you know. Because this is the way it's going to play out. And I think people need to understand that this is not a president that just talks and does letters and press conferences. And, if he says he's serious about something, he means it. And this is
a chance after having done this incredible thing last night of letting somebody else take over, where we have to do it again. We can do it again, too. Nobody can stop us. There's nobody that has the capability that we have. When I watch that war in Russia going on and on and on and everybody dying, and it's like, it's primitive. It's primitive. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Could you tell us, Mr. President?
Más agresora en la historia de la humanidad. Se atrevieron a lanzar bombas atómicas sobre ciudades indefensas. Allí están Hiroshima y Nagasaki. ¿Qué cosa es esa? Han invadido Panamá, bombardearon y mataron a miles, quemaron un barrio entero para llevarse a Noriega, acusándolo de narcotraficante. Y allá está preso el que era presidente de Panamá. Yo tengo varios alertas que me llegan, incluso desde algunos espacios que no son realmente aliados, sino gente seria, preocupada, de la operación que está en marcha, diseñada en el Pentágono. Eso viene aproximándose. Y es una operación de varios años. Hace varios años me lo dijo alguien. Me dijo, te van a terminar acusando a ti de narcotraficante, a ti, directamente. A ti, Chávez. No es que el gobierno apoya o que se permita, no. Te van a tratar de aplicar la fórmula Noriega. Es uno de los planes que en Estados Unidos se ha venido desarrollando. Están buscando la manera de que se asocie a Chávez directamente con el narcotráfico. Y luego cualquier cosa es válida contra un narcotraficante que es presidente. Un viaje a cualquier país del mundo y llega un comando y se lo llevó. Bueno, se trata de Estados Unidos, no. Invadieron Irak con la excusa de que había armas de destrucción masiva. No las hay, no las hubo. Pero igual ahorcaron al presidente sin juicio ni nada. Fidel me dijo un día, Chávez, si a ti o a mí nos pasa eso, que nos invadan, lo último que podemos hacer es hacer lo que hizo Saddam, meterse en un hueco por allá. Hay que morir peleando, Chávez, allá en la primera línea de batalla. Y es lo que yo haría. Yo no voy a irme por un monte. Voy a morir al frente, con la dignidad de un venezolano que ama este país.
All All right. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Those who are just joining us, we've been having an interesting conversation on the state of the world, Nigeria, with being the central focus. I played a few videos about Venezuela and where things are today in that country. Trump has openly made the oil the central issue for him. He met with oil executives and wanted them to go back to Venezuela to start exploring. On their part, the government, the people who took over now are working with Trump, and Trump is saying that all the oil of Venezuela, they have control over that. They caught some, I think it was a ship that was that had a Russian flag on it. They stopped it and they seized it, and essentially they have total control of the what's going on in Venezuela. And according to Trump, they will run it for a long time. That's where we are. And now he's setting his eyes on other places like Greenland, and who knows, Iran. He's giving them warning that if they continue to kill protesters, that he will move in and deal with them. All right, Mr. James, that's the world today. What is your take?
I think what is happening is historically very interesting, because they are just repeating what has happened in the past. From the look of things, I was with Mr. Ogie, was it yesterday or so? They explained something I would like to repeat here again. Before the outbreak of the Second World War, the Italians invaded Abyssinia, that's modern-day Ethiopia. They wanted to colonize it, they did not succeed, they were repelled. They went back home in disgrace. The following year, I think July 17, 1936 or thereabout, civil war broke out in Spain. The whole of Europe was disorganized. The war eventually ended. Then it led to eventually the rise of Adolf Hitler in Germany to address the Versailles Treaty of 1919 that ended the First World War, which historians refer to as peace in the spirit of revenge. The draconian measures taken against Germany, Adolf Hitler could not tolerate it. That led to his rise. And when he rose, first of all, he invaded Rhineland and incorporated it into Germany. The British Prime Minister, I think he was Neville Chamberlain, said they have to pursue containment policy. We should not go all at war with this guy. So he used that as an excuse. He invaded, I think, Czechoslovakia. From Czechoslovakia, he invaded Romania. From Romania, I think he invaded Poland, if I'm not mistaken. Then from there, he entered Russia. Then Chamberlain, Donald Chamberlain, that this man means business. So they had to team up to defeat him. The whole of Europe, maybe with the exception of Spain, because they were just coming out of the war. That is why the war actually was not a world war. It was great European civil war. South America was not involved because most of the colonies there were Spanish colonies. So Spain was not an active participant in the war. So Spanish subjects were not involved. Anyway, so what happened during the Second World War is what is playing out now. Donald Trump, from the look of things, seemed to be the Adolf Hitler of the modern era. The prelude to the outbreak of Second World War, which I've just enumerated, they are the equivalence of the Palestinian crisis, the problem, bombing of Nigeria, bombing of Venezuela, the problem of Iran, the Iran-Israeli skirmish that took place some time ago. All these are prelude to the outbreak of the Third World War. This is how I'm looking at it. Should he invade Greenland? I'm sure the Europeans will not take it lightly, because after Greenland, he will still be eyeing another European country. They'll be very afraid. He's already eyeing Canada, although he has not mentioned it properly. He's warning Mexico. He's warning Cuba. So this guy seems to be out of control. So this is how I see it. Third World War has started without people knowing. When the Italians invaded Abyssinia, people never knew that it was going to be a war. Emperor Haile Selassie of those days said that today it is my turn, but it could be your turn tomorrow. Whose turn will it be? So this is exactly what is playing out. Unfortunately, we in Africa, should I say we are in limbo or we are in hell? I really don't know, because we are not serious. The Beninese have a saying that I'm sorry, I cannot interpret it. Maybe OBE will come back to interpret it for me. And they also have a saying that if you are we are not serious people. And at the end of the Third World War, if Trump is not contained, what I'm envisaging is this. The whole of Africa will be shared among the victorious powers, just as it happened in the First and Second World War. They can come up with a formula and say, Senegal, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea-Conakry, henceforth you are now one country, capital Dakar. Lagos, Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, whatever it is, you are now one country, capital Accra. Take it or leave it, because the big boys are talking. So this is what I'm saying. And one thing again is this. In the Third World War, it's not going to be like the First and Second World War. Ground troops have no role to play. It's going to be a war of missiles, what's it called, drones, and what have you. They will need their naval personnel to carry their war materials to different parts of the world. But when it comes to actual military operation, it's ballistic missiles. That is the war we are going to face. And the whole world will suffer severely because the Earth's planetary wind system is one. The wind that blows in North America is the wind that eventually gets to Europe, come to Africa, go back. The Earth planetary system is one because the Earth has got only one atmosphere. So whatever chemicals they pump into the atmosphere is going to affect the whole wide world. Who knows? Man is on the verge of exterminating himself. But it will be very interesting to watch the development.
All right, thank you, Mr. James. OBE.
Please, can you allow OBE come to my rescue? Because I'm not very proficient in Guinea language.
How possible?
Hello? No volume.
All right, we lost him. When he comes back, he will do that. In the meantime, let's welcome Jide to the show. Jide, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good to see you, Dr. Damage. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Jide, hold on, okay? Let me get OB to interpret this proverb so that we can move on. OB.
Yeah, sorry, my YouTube or the TV was interacting with the one here.
Okay.
What it actually meant is to show you how difficult it is to make it to America. He said if you are to go to America in a playful method, it's difficult. Talk of you want to go with fights. so we are even going, we are at peace. It's still hard. Then you want to start going with fights, you see that it's impossible. So that's what it means. That means it's not easy to make it down here. So that's what the summary of the parable in Germany.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, Jide, welcome to the show. I'm sure you are enjoying the permutations and combinations of what's going on in the world. Have you thrown away your history books, or are you bringing up?
Yeah, like, I'm not surprised, honestly. Yeah, I'm not actually surprised with everything going on. So everything going on currently with the U.S. government and the Pentagon is actually based in accordance with the national security strategy. So to put this in context, the U.S. empire is declining, and because it is declining, it is now in full desperation. And as a result of that desperation, they have to re-strategize and they have to reorganize their foreign policy. But the goal still remains the same. The ideology still remains the same. So if I can send the document as well for anyone that is interested. the National Security Strategy by Donald Trump and the Pentagon that was written in November last year, just about less than 2 months ago, it's clearly stated that they really want to fully dominate the Western Hemisphere in order to what? To prevent and evade the presence of Russia and China and Iran on all their adversaries. They do not want any influence from China, Russia, and Iran because those are their adversaries. Every adversary, so every region of the world, as the world as it is right now, it's about to change because every region of the world now, based on the way US sees it, they still want to maintain their unipolar status. But now, instead of them putting all their hands in one basket, now what they're trying to do is they are now using their proxies in different parts of the world to do their dirty job. It has been going on in Ukraine. Now they are going to be using Western Europe and all the members of NATO to do their dirty job to attack Russia, to contain Russia. In the Western Hemisphere, which is Latin America and the Caribbean, what they will be doing, and those island countries, what they will be doing is those anti-imperialist, socialist countries, those countries that serve the interest of their people, those some countries that have alliance with Russia and China, countries like Venezuela, countries like Nicaragua, countries like Cuba, those countries will now have to be targeted. They will have to orchestrate regime change operations, and with the current age that we are in right now, they need more mineral resources and oil as well, because the economic dynamic is changing. So now they need to focus on how they will actually have to control the entire Western Hemisphere, including Venezuela. Having said that, they've learned their lesson from Vietnam. The US would not want to do the same thing they did in Vietnam. They cannot afford to do the same thing. They've learned from what happened in Afghanistan. Now, what they want to do now is like Brother James said, they don't want to get bogged down in countries sending troops to go and invade countries, at least under Donald Trump, where millions of or thousands of soldiers, American soldiers, would DIE, so they cannot afford that. So they don't want to get bogged down. So what they are doing is they are using missile strikes, regime change operations, color revolution, to what? To destabilize those countries. Countries like Venezuela, like Cuba. We can see what happened with Venezuela last week. Like I said, it was very difficult for them to carry out a color revolution because the people of Venezuela, majority of them, they stand with the Bolivarian revolution. They stand with President Maduro. They stand with the political architecture. Maduro loves his people and the people love Maduro. So it is very difficult for them to carry out a color revolution. So the only way they could carry it out is through missile strikes and kidnapping the president. And for that to happen, they have to what? They have to break international law because they are in decline. They are desperate. So what happens is before they usually use pretexts, narratives, but those narratives are now being what? They are now being destroyed. They could say a president is a dictator. They could say a president is a drug dealer. They could say a president has weapons of mass destruction. Now, those narratives, they are now declining. So now they are now more desperate. So they now carry illegal acts and they do everything to justify their illegal acts. That is what is going on. So they are attacking Venezuela because after Venezuela, the goal is after they decapacitate Venezuela, they will go for Cuba. They will go for Nicaragua. Mind you, the US is declining. The influence of the dollar currency is also declining. Just this week, Brazil and China, they signed a bilateral agreement that they will be trading in their currencies. What does that mean? It is going to significantly reduce the influence of the US dollar. Subsequently, Brazil is within the Western Hemisphere. It is within the Western Hemisphere. So there are going to be potential interesting things going on in Brazil and Mexico. Now, Greenland, why does Trump want to go after Greenland? That Greenland that is up north, it is close to the Arctic. The strategy, like I said, is not going to be what we used to see in the 80s and 90s. The new strategy is we need to contain Russia and China, and we need to use our proxies in different parts of the world. In Middle East, Israel. In Europe, Western Europe and NATO countries. In Asia, Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, Singapore. So they need to use those allies. So now Greenland, what they want to do in Greenland? They see that Russia has huge influence in the Arctic. The Arctic region is heavily influenced by Russia and China. They want to use Greenland and set up military bases, apart from the mineral resources they want to access. They want to use Greenland to further contain Russia and China, to block Russia and China completely from accessing the Western Hemisphere from the north. This is their strategy. And this process now is going to lead to the decimation of international law. Currently this week, I don't know if everyone knows what's going on. The US, they just removed themselves from about 60 international organizations connected to the United Nations. If that is not moving towards fascism, I do not know. I do not know how to equate fascism. I do not know where else they are moving towards. They've removed themselves from over 60 international organizations under Donald Trump. So now the US knows clearly that they are declining as an empire. They are very desperate. So now they are increasing tensions in Iran, in Venezuela, in Cuba. They are trying to create a country called Somaliland. So they will have further access to the Red Sea in Somaliland. They are trying to balkanize Yemen. So they're creating all this chaos. It's an unorganized chaos. So as what? Because they are desperate. So they can reconsolidate their influence and their dominance all over the world. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jide, for that. Let me hear from Uche. I'll come back to you, OBE and Maz. Uche, we're talking about Donald Trump and what his mission is. Thank you for mentioning that when pulling out from several UN organizations. It's one of those stories in the news.
Of course, I will comment a little about Mr. Donald Trump because one thing I love in this world is that if there is some secret deals between the big guys, and if the secret deals is not something people in the middle or the poor people will know how it was arranged, how they were discussed, how it was carried on, it's very important for people to know about those secret deals. If you can recall, last time ago, I mentioned about the deal, the discussions about Tinubu team going to engage with, should I say, to discuss with Donald Trump when he made that tweet. And Nigeria was being like fire, only tweet that Donald Trump tweeted. So they went and have the discussions. And that discussions, me and you don't know what they discussed. And when you see Donald Trump invading another country, taking their president out, somebody like me cannot support such a thing. Maybe some people feel it's good. Maybe such a thing should happen to Nigeria. One thing I know that these white people, I don't like them. The reason why I don't like them, they made us poor. They made us to suffer what we are suffering today. No matter all the allegations we are giving, all the accused we are accusing our leaders, yes, it started somewhere. So if you want to let the history, if you want to talk about the history, analyze this, let's start from somewhere it started, not starting from somewhere. So I don't like them for all the dealings they did, destabilizing Africa, not like somebody putting fire, trying to quench this fire. The fire is coming with the petrol, and that petrol have started already with the kerosene, like spreading. So you don't know where to start to quench it. So anywhere you feel, you just run to fence, go there and hide. You start watching the fire, how it's moving. So the issue of Mr. Donald Trump and all this American deal and this, I want the world to reshuffle. I want it. It's going to be reshuffled. So all those Africa, these foreign people, these foreigners or Westerners colonizing Africans. I always follow this man, Patrice Lumumba. He always analyze a lot of things for way the young youth to understand what is going on, how this thing started. He have said a lot. I always follow him. So I want things to reshuffle, but where it will give us concern is that Africa have nowhere to start. We have nowhere to lend hand. We have nowhere to say, okay, they are fighting for their interests now. I know what the Russians are doing. what Russian is doing. I know what China is doing. These people are Russian and China. Maybe they are finding a way to come together to take over America. This dollar of 10 and but Donald Trump cannot keep silent and watch these people coming to climb over America. He will not. Instead of it, he will do what he's doing now to destabilize everywhere. Let confusion, let problem, let's scatter everywhere. Like when you hear a young boy that have a crash with police, say, I will cause problem here now. I'm going to cause problem everywhere because they don't know where to start. And if he keeps silent, the police people will deal with him. So we let him put confusion, and that confusion is going to result something. At the end of the day, Africans, maybe the youth and the less us find a means to start planning ourselves, not only Nigeria, African youth. Somebody like Bob Wine, Mr. Moile Showore, and Julius Malema, we should start having conversation now. These people have a lot of, they have a lot of followers. We should start coming together, planning. If these people want to divide Africa again, maybe to reshuffle it, to start afresh, taking our resources, we have nowhere to lay hand. These people have, yes, we don't have weapon, maybe to fight back if they start sending their missiles to spoil everywhere. In fact, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. But as we are trying to analyze this thing, can we also think, where are we going to lay hand? Is it better for us to lay hand to Russia? Maybe those people have a little sympathy, helping what do you call this country now in Africa?
Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso, exactly. So Burkina Faso is like example what Russia can do. All these people, they are criminals, but we then said, we know all of them are politicians, these people are criminals, but P2B is a little criminal than, so let's use P2B and go into the power. So when we look at all this America, China, Russia, I prefer we can have deal with Russia. So let's we start focusing. Which people are we going to lay hand? Because they must grab something. Russia must grab something in this problem that's coming on. Our brother have analyzed it well. Our elder also have there is third world war coming. If not third war, it's going to be a large problem. So where are we going to lay hand? So maybe because I'm coming, I'm running that. Because China is very brutal. Some people don't. China can come in and help you, but I have a deal with Chinese people. These people, they are worst. They have a wicked mind. China don't messy. And if they want to deal with you, they will make sure you don't breathe. You don't. If you breathe, it's like you will get up and deal with them. So, but I feel. Let's think because this is going to escalate. Before it escalates, let's have a deal with Russia. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Uche. Just for other people coming up, we give 4 minutes so that we can round up. Today we can go over the time, and in 30 minutes we have to go on rant. So that's the formula. But Uche, I don't want to respond, but just think about this. Russians, they are white people. You said we can't trust white people. They made us poor. White people. Just in case you forgot. All right. No, not for you to respond.
He's not responding. Rudolph is not responding. But let me tell you. This is the world we are in. I don't like them. And when you hear white people, they will tell you Africans, they are monkeys. Nobody like each other. But we must have a deal. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Maz Opera, 4 minutes.
Yeah. Rudolph, I'm actually running out now. I thought it was my turn so that I could go.
Oh,
okay. Let him talk then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Obi.
Yeah, I think it's not easy for you to be a superpower for decades. I think it's always a difficult thing. Just like when we were in school those days, when you take first position, you know it's very difficult to maintain first than for you to be the second and pursue the first guy out of there. So for you to keep that position, you need to be dynamic. You need to think outside the box. You need to do a lot of things that are not they call it abnormal to some people, according to Jide's description, that could keep you at the pace of that positioning. Americans have been known to be a place of destination, as it were. I told you guys when I was seated in a Heathrow airport and I sat down because my flight was delayed, there was not a 30-minute that a flight to America was not loading from there right to US. I now see the traffic, it was large. They told me to wait for a no-call, no-show so that they could place me in one of the aircraft. I'm talking of British Airways, as busy as that. I couldn't get a space for like 10 hours in the airport because it was fully load to America. So you could imagine that it's still a place of destination according to the whole traffic and everything. So be that as it may, a regime change, as in when we moved from Biden to Donald Trump, there was a lot of changes. The America has a script that they are reading anyway, but the person in power also have a lot to do with this kind of actualization of those things that Jude was talking about. Because if you look at the time of Biden was actually pursuing a renewed energy. He was less concerned with oil, so he was not ready to do the kind of Venezuela thing. He was not ready to take those kind of position because he was trying to do a renewed energy campaign for that we should move away from the oil to a renewed energy. So his ideology of ruling the world was through that angle. Let's invest in this kind of infrastructure that could make also our product to be attractive to the world. So regime change can also change most of these ideologies of American situation. That's what I noticed from my few years in this country. And if you look at inward in America today, you see that everybody is complaining the grocery, everybody is saying that things are difficult. The job is no longer coming, I get shift again as you get before. There's a lot of slowdown. So I think we're economically stressed up at the moment. But be that as it may, if you're still hardworking, you can still be okay. But people are really complaining. People can't buy houses again. People can't even change their cars as they used to do before, because of the little stress that we're in today. But Donald Trump seems to be this tariff thing started this whole drama for the economic strain that we are having. That is why you see that the taxes is actually where Americans actually bank on to be able to fund his budget. But look at the invading the world and all that. Venezuela actually put themselves in the position for America to come in because this thing has been ongoing for a long time. So America will not just wake up and go and invade Germany and go and invade countries that are okay, that are running, that are fine. When you have an issue with them, they will plan you and they'll put you in their parole and they'll be able to actualize whatever they're doing. Just like Nigeria became a country of interest based on what was happening to us. American before, what is the business with Nigeria? The name doesn't even cross their mind. But suddenly it became like a flash news and a top news because of what was happening to us. So most of the time, these countries that are putting themselves into this invasion are actually doing things that are of attention to such a Western power. At the end of the day, they're going to come and see whether their interests can be affected in that situation, and they will pursue it. And when they pursue it, people start crying that they are trying to do regime change, they are trying to take over you. But what have you been doing? Did you see when Jide was saying that the Venezuelans were not happy with what happened to them? I thought the streets were full of fanfare that the president was taken away because they didn't like the guy. You want to tell me that if Nigeria has a regime change, now you think that people will be crying? They'll be jumping around and thanking Donald Trump for whatever he was going to do to them. They're not happy.
Obi, can I help you with something? I want to just clarify something. So the idea that the people of Venezuela were celebrating, I think it's part of the information war. We have to be very careful. So like there are a lot of things on social media, even on mainstream media, where they are putting people that are celebrating.
Come on.
We're talking about people that are probably within the US, but within Venezuela, the reaction is different. There are Venezuelan diaspora in the US. Some of them are probably celebrating with the outside of Maduro.
Just like me and you.
Because if,
in Nigeria.
because it makes sense that if they don't like Maduro and those that like Maduro are also like venting, there will be conflicts. But what you have is that the people decided to galvanize themselves. They decided to acquire weapons to expect the U.S. troops to go to war. So I think, but that's by the way.
That's not true. That's not true.
All right, thank you. Let me go back to Maaz Opara, and then I'll come to you, KJ and Tony.
Yeah, Doctor. Yeah, thank you very much. You know, one thing is just Venezuela. I've not had any European leader that condemned what Trump did in Venezuela, because there has been sanctions on Venezuela collectively from European Union too, because what was going on in Venezuela was madness. Let us call a spade a spade. We like good governance. We live in America. We live in Germany. We live in UK. We live in Holland. We want where governance is transparent, at least to an extent. But we don't want it somewhere. We don't want that. That's the problem we have here. Venezuela has been going, through horrible, government since how many years ago? Hugo Chavez came. He was talking about, socialissimo. But people were suffering. The same thing with Uganda, what do you call it, Nicaragua, those places. They were talking about, socialist system, but these people were so corrupt. I mean, the leaders, people were so poor. Why the leaders were so rich? Allow me to talk, my friend. Don't stop shaking your head. So because no, because you don't have
but you can continue to talk. Don't worry.
Yes, because it's irritating anyway. So the issue is that at least where I live here, if you watch your TV, you will see prisoners coming out from political prisoners being released in Venezuela. People that had nothing just because of their political beliefs, even pastors, even reverend fathers, they are being released from the prisons in Venezuela. That is not governance. And again, you talk about Greenland. This Greenland you talk about, it was not Trump that started trying to acquire this Greenland. It has been American policy. In fact, since 18-something, since 1867, 1910, 1949, 1955, they have been trying to secure that place because of their own, security, interest, which is understandable. No country would like to be, be vulnerable to its own what do you call it now, enemies. So Greenland has been in a dispute between America, Denmark, and Europeans since 200 years ago. It didn't start with Trump. Then you talk about Iran. Are you, even as you speak, can you even go to Iran and live? We have thousands of Iranians here who are celebrating the street, who are happy with what is happening in Iran because they want freedom. They want freedom. So when we talk about this, America want to do this, America want to do that. Why are we in America? Why not are we? Why don't we go and live in Iran? So then, do you know how many thousands of more than 500,000 Iranians are here in Germany, and they are protesting. They want the mullahs to go out. They want freedom. They want freedom, not because of energy every time, oil. No, people want freedom. The way you want freedom, the way I want freedom. That's how Venezuelans, Nicaraguans, Iranians, they want freedom like you and me. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Maaz Opara. Let me just mention that the Prime Minister of Spain, has been out criticizing what happened in Venezuela. So it's not totally right that most European countries are already...
I say most, not all. I say most, doctor.
Okay, okay.
But excuse me, doctor, we should understand why Spain, because we should understand why Spain. And James said that no South American country was involved in Second World War. Brazil and Colombia, they sent their troops to Second World War. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, let's go to, I think, KJ, I think you are next. KJ, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rudolph, for another wonderful show. Thank every one of the guests who was sitting there and, giving their view. I just want to say before I say anything, please like the show and share it so that we can have a wider reach. This is 2026. We want to be able to hit 100,000, even though we know that they are trying to keep Rudolph's show from moving forward, but let's overwhelm them. Let's go there and like the show and share it. Share to your friends and let your friends also like it so that more views can be welcomed and more issues can be discussed. Having said that, I want to thank Dr. Rudolph for the show. And I want to start by thanking Mr. James. I thoroughly enjoy your presentations. And you took me back, when we used to be good government and history students, and which is not taught nowadays. So people come out and they discuss from nowhere. If you follow what is happening, I posted something on the moderators show. I don't know if you watched it. It was a woman, a former house of the laws of the parliament in Britain. She was analyzing what was going on. And I quite to agree with her. The only thing Trump has done was to outsmart Europe. That's all. Europe had this plan coming all the way. Unfortunately, they have been outsmarted. Europe had plan for even the Venezuela. Okay? But they were outsmarted. Okay? The man read the handwriting quickly and moved before they were even able to move. He moved before. Okay? He moved before then. And so that is why the annoyance is there. It's not because there's any other thing. And those who are saying, like Gide, who keeps saying America, let me tell you something, Gide. If you give this world to China for just 1 week, you know go chop. I'm telling you the truth. You won't see food to chop. So whether you will like it or not, whether we criticize the America policy or not, America still remains the best option in this world now after God. I'm telling you the truth. Go write it somewhere. America remains the best option after God. Because if you go around the world and look at the number of aids and help that America is pushing around the world, you'll be amazed at how great this country has been doing for people around the world. So whether we like it or not, you can't say that of China. It is just now because they want. Look, I want to go back memory lane as far back as when I was in secondary school. My secondary school teacher, Mr. Obilo, taught us that a time is coming on this world that China is going to come apart and want to take over this far back at secondary school. So what we're seeing now is not new. Okay, let me leave that aside. Look, England is one of the seas. Okay, there are 7 seas in the world. Rome is one. England is the transport and the hub where all these, eggshell or shell companies turn around their investments. So what this individual is doing in America is to cut off some of those illicit flows of money that's not being accounted for, that are used for all kinds of nefarious things going on around. And the reason why the left is crying about it because most of them are affected. You have been here shouting since I'm talking about what happened. Why? What is happening? What's so important in Ukraine that we are all pumping? Europe is pumping all the money, is pumping there, and believing and refusing that Ukraine will give up. What's so important? How important is Ukraine to Europe? So we should look at what is going on. And I agree with the submission that, because I don't want to go into it, I agree with James' submission because James has said almost everything. It is the beginning of the Third World War. Any reasonable country now begin to maximize its own resources and its personnel and begin to plan how to align with one side or the other. It is time for Nigeria, if we are going to survive what is coming, to do the needful. Align with the people we think we can align with now. It is time for Nigeria to go in and bring about a positive change in our nation that will not allow external forces to come and bring that change. Because when they bring that change, they're going to make it occur in the way they want. But if we bring the change ourselves, we can at least be able to divide the Nigeria or put structures in place that will help everybody get equal right and justice. You see, unfortunately, my final point, unfortunately, we are going back to the Aburi Accord. All the things that was discussed in Aburi is what people have brought forward now. You now want to have a confederation where you control your resources and control other things and let the state control the army. Look, we are just going around the circle. And if you agree with me, I'm zeroing on Nigeria now. If you agree with me, it is time for us to go in and do the clean house so that others don't clean for us. Because if we don't, be rest assured, before the end of this 2026, somebody will do the cleaning house for us. Thank you.
All right, Jide, if you want to respond to that, I'll give you 2 minutes. But in the meantime, I'm bringing in Tony. Go ahead, Jide.
Oh, this is a gift. Thank you so much for the damages. I appreciate it. This is my New Year's gift. Thank you. Yeah, I like the fact that I have to respond. You said US actually provide aid. What aid do they provide? Foreign aid, right? Where do those aids go to? Those aids, do they go to the people of those countries? I don't want to go into that. Let's even take that aside. Since the Second World War, there's only one country, no country has competed with that country in the entire world. That's committed the worst human rights violation in the entire world. No any other country. And guess what that country is? It is the United States of America. The worst humanitarian crisis in the entire world through their foreign policy. And you are telling me that they are the most generous country. I will tell this for everyone to listen. I don't like talking too much, but I'll say this. In the United Nations, there was a time, I think it was just last year or 2 years ago, where every country was supposed to vote that water and food is a human right for every of humanity, the entire humanity, and every country should vote yes or no or abstain. Guess what? Every country voted yes, that food and water should be what? It should be what? It should be accessible. It should be part of human rights access. So every human being in the entire world. What does that mean? That means that poverty should be eradicated because everyone should have food and water. Guess the 2 countries that said no. Guess United States and Israel. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Tony, you are next. Welcome.
Greetings, Dr. Damages. I have ordered for your book and I want to read it. And I will give you the gist later after I've read.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And greetings to everybody. Greetings to those, viewers. Well, I've been listening. My view is slightly different from, maybe close to that of GD, but entirely different from perception that there's going to be a third world war. I think what we're seeing gradually unfolding is a new world order. There is going to be an order where not just military power would determine who is the boss. We're going to see gradually a situation where you have knowledge-based economy, and any country that is able to pursue it will be top. And there are projections that China, in the next 50, 60 years, will be the number one. I'm not talking about military might. I'm just talking about, economic power. And I think that's the challenge that America is facing. In everything that America is doing, which Donald Trump epitomizes, he sees a challenge. And I'm not sure they're going to succeed. If you look at some countries in the world today whose GDP per capita is very, very high, A lot of them small countries who have invested in knowledge. If you look at Iceland, small country. Look at Denmark. Look at Norway. Look at Switzerland. You even look at Liechtenstein. Some of them don't even have armies. You look at Finland. If you check their GDP per capita, very, very high. Some of them even better than that of the US. You come to Africa, you can also see a semblance of that. You look at Mauritius, for instance, small countries. You look at Namibia, you look at Botswana, you look at Cape Verde. If you do a check and a study, you will see basically that there's a trend that is emerging. And that is the problem that America is having. And I think that until America realizes that it has to invest more on a knowledge-based economy, and we're talking today about AI, we're talking about robotics, we're talking about space technology, we're talking about all those things. China is well ahead. So, and I think that that is going to transform the entire world, where you get a situation where all these things that we see, will just be determined by, knowledge and how you're able to utilize it, to move your country forward. We're going to come to a point, just like you said sometime, that, you're going to have so much wealth and people will virtually not be doing anything. Like you see in some countries in the Middle East, they don't just do anything. You don't see them around here in America, because somehow they be able to manage the economy and use it in a way that it benefits people. And that people look like they're not just doing anything. They're not working, but there's money. So that's what I see. That's what I foresee. And so this hegemony or influence that Donald Trump is pursuing is a way of trying to say China, trying to contain China. But I don't think it's going to succeed. But let me just stop there. Thank you.
All right, Tony, thank you so much.
Okay. Rudolph, why not give me, just so you give Jide opportunity to respond? Why didn't you give me opportunity to respond also?
All right, 2 minutes, because I can see.
Okay, I won't even take 2 minutes. Jide, let me tell you something. Please stop being emotional about these things. And I'm serious about that. No. Hold on. I didn't interrupt you when you're talking. I didn't interrupt when you're talking. Now, we have seen from development, and we are not saying that NGOs are the best way of helping Africa. But we're saying that within the space of what has been done, those NGOs have played, whether you like it or not, some form of role in Africa, and have brought some form of development. Because many of our brothers and sisters and all that earn their living for years from those things. Whether they were making progress or not, that's a different thing altogether. And the fact, and I still remain to be corrected, the American justice system, whether you like it or not, still stands out in the world. Because if he did it, many of us won't be here. Even those who came illegally come here and seek for redress in their own courts, and they get it. Why you, a Nigerian, you can't even get redress in your own court, being a fully blood Nigerian. And then you come and begin to talk about fairness. Let's be clear, my brother. Okay, you can't get justice in your own court. So look, let's call a spade a spade. Nobody can, even all of us here, we can't always agree, but can have some form of where we all can meet. So the place of meeting is what I'm referring to here. The world is so divided right now, and every country is looking for how to cut a niche for themselves. Anybody who is anything in his country, by the way, Donald Trump is the president of America, not the president of the whole world. And his first mission is to protect America. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whichever way you look at it, as long as the Americans accept that what he's doing is good for them, that is all that matters to him. You yourself, you talk to your own government to be very proactive and be strategic in being able to align with the positive forces that is going ahead right now and be able to defend, to keep his people. That's where we're going. Look, whether the war I'm talking about is going to be fiscal or technological war, just like Nnamdi Kanu said. Remember that in 2015, Nnamdi Kanu said why he's agitating for Biafra, because the world is going to brain power. That's what he said. And that's why he said he will give all the oil out in the Biafra land free of charge, because now we're going to an era where people use their brain. So it's not new to us. We must catch up what's going on in the world. Thank you so much, Rudolph.
When is my turn, I'll respond. But I like what you said. When is my turn, I'll respond very well.
All right, let's welcome Stay Humble. Stay Humble, welcome to the show.
Yeah, so soon.
Oh.
I think I would be asked to speak.
I'm rounding up.
Okay, yeah. So I think there are many things I would want to say, but I don't know how many minutes.
You have 4 minutes.
You're going to
4 minutes.
Me. I hope you give me up to
4
15
minutes.
minutes.
The show will end in 45 minutes, so we can give you 15 minutes. What did I say? So you have 4 minutes. Go ahead. Stay humble. We can
4 minutes only.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I would just say that I agree 70% with KJ on many of the things he said, because even
all right, stay humble. We are having problems.
What's happening today to my network?
Your network is not good.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, try again. Go ahead.
Okay. So yeah, because when you go to other parts of the world, what you have, the kind of freedom you have in places like America, in places like even the UK, you may not get that. So,
stay humble. Your connection is not good. Maybe you can log out and come back in. We will let you come in and air your view. But we can't hear you now at this moment. So try again. Let's hear Jide. Jide, you can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much for the damages once again. So first of all, we need to understand something. KJ said something that was he made a very crux statement that Donald Trump is for the American people. If Donald Trump is truly for the American people, if it's truly for the American people, why would Donald Trump, under his presidency, implement such demonic and unjust and criminal foreign policy? You see, I didn't want to go into what I talk about, but the point is, look at everything going on, and you can still come and compel me and everyone on the panel and everyone listening that Donald Trump is serving the interests of American people with all the things he's doing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You go and bomb a sovereign country with a false pretext, and it's serving the interests of American people. A president that will remove, policies that will favor the access to free healthcare, public healthcare, is serving the American people. A government that is going to spend most of its budget in the military to go and bomb other people, so that all those other people will come and compete for the same resources in the US, and is what? Serving the interests of American people. I don't even want to go into how now countries are now looking to, countries are now beginning to enrich themselves and prepare for a war that is also going to also indirectly or directly affect the American economy. And you are here telling me that he is serving the interest of American people. If he's truly serving the interest of American people and not the elites, and not the multinational corporations, and not the powerful lobbyists, and not the neocons, and not the think tanks that are linked to what this foreign policy that we're talking about, would Donald Trump actually go and send troops to go and bomb a country and go commit genocide in Gaza? If truly it serves the interest of American people. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Just before we let Ike should be the final person we have on this topic, unless Stay Humble can join us again. I just wanted to mention that the lady that won the Venezuelan that won the Nobel Prize, Machado, will visit Washington next week, and will meet with Trump. She offered to give her Nobel Prize to Trump, and Trump said he will accept it. So All right, Ike, welcome to the show, and we want to know your view on what's going on.
Happy New Year, Dr. Damages.
Yeah.
And good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. The reason I just joined now is to
We can't hear you, Ike. You're muted again. Okay.
I said concerning the issue of Venezuela, I just came in to counter my brother Jide with his conspiracy theories and misinformations and propaganda about Venezuela. He doesn't know anything about Venezuela. He talked about, let me start, he talked about Trump is not fighting for American interests, but the lobbyists, which is your own country, Nigeria. Who are they defending? The cabals. Who are the people that are running your government? You? Your people are the people that are running your country in Nigeria. Is it not the same cabal people that are running your country? So what is the difference between Americans' lobbyists and the rest of them? Even the American lobbyists, they have interests of their people at heart. The people, your cabals that are running your country, do they have your interest at heart? No. The answer is completely no. So you don't, if you don't tell anybody America has no interest of their, Donald Trump doesn't have interest of American citizens. Is it your own interest you have, but you live in America? You know, almost all of you that live here live in America. I don't know where you live, but I know most of you here live in America. So American people, they tell you that their government never had their interest at heart. No, American policy never changed. It's the same thing from the generation. So if you don't like it, you get away from America. If you don't like what America does, America is not begging you to like what they do, right? Like what is going on in Venezuela. You say the Venezuela people who live in diaspora, they are the people that are rejoicing, but the people in Venezuela don't rejoice. They are just talking. You don't even understand what they are talking about. You don't even really know what Venezuela people are going through. You don't even understand that. I said it here last week. You know, the family of my wife, they are in Venezuela. They just came back. You know, but I said here last week when we were talking about the issue of Venezuela, people who has gone to Venezuela, to Nicaragua, to Guatemala, they don't speak the way you speak. You are the forefather with your international politics. Because we are talking about something that is practically somebody that is visible, somebody with the evidence, and somebody who has been there. Not just one day, not just 1 week, not just 2 weeks, not just 3 weeks, but for 1 month. I've been in Venezuela. I said here last week, people that live in Venezuela, if they see you with another passport, they are begging you, just take me away from Venezuela. I don't care what I have to do in your country. I am not just making because I am in the public space. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to make a case. No, I am speaking to you reality. If you give a Venezuelan person $20, when he change that money to Venezuelan money, he will thank you for the rest of his or her life because you don't see that money in 6 months. And you're here blabbing about your international politics. Every time we come here, we talk about countries. We talk about things that we want people here on the news. But people who live in this country, people who are the citizens of this country, they know that Maduro, it's been a long time that he's supposed to have been gone. My last comment on this, which I said last week, was 3 times election has been conducted in Venezuela. Maduro never won an election. The last one, which this woman won, Macedo, she won with less than 75% of the vote. He did not win election. It's the same thing that the man, the Kaba man that the people of Kaba put in your own country, who is sitting in Asorok that did not win election. It is the same manipulation that INEC did with the Supreme Court of your country called Nigeria. It's the same thing that the man that is there now is the president of Nigeria because he didn't win election. A man who is ruling your country with about 30% of Nigerian population of 250 million people, and you're here shaking your head. You live in a better country where you have everything. Why you enjoying everything that is good for a man to enjoy? And when they talk about your country and other countries that need help, like your country need help, because you are not trying to tell me that you don't need Nigeria need help. America, listen. That first one you did is just start. I don't know why you are still wasting time. I need more. You understand what I need more, so that we can have a country where people, you live in a country where citizens of a country are living in ID camp, where there is no civil war between Nigeria and another country, and you are sitting in your Europe or in America where you are enjoying your life. It doesn't bother you that your fellow citizens in Nigeria are living in IDP camp, where Nigeria is not fighting another country, but it's just Islamic terrorists that have decided to take over the country because of the cabal, the same cabal you're talking about, American, whatever you call them, because of the cabal that are sitting in power, because they have never won the vote of Nigerians. So I don't really understand what you're talking about, because you're enjoying everything, freedom. Do you know what freedom means? Do you know what it means for you to have your freedom?
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ike. This year, we try to make sure that people end at the exact time so that we can close in 3 hours. We don't have any option now. But thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. Stay humble. 4 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry about that glitch. I don't really know what happened, to be honest. But yeah, I think that the move by Donald Trump to wipe out the terrorists in Nigeria really exposed the hypocrites that come here sometimes, or even their hypocritical nature. Some people used to say that the that the coming of Peter Obi or Peter Obi running for president in 2023 exposed many Nigerians, the politicians, etc. But now this move by Trump exposed a lot of people here, their hypocrisy. And I think that most of them attacking Donald Trump do so because they fear, they know clearly that Trump is not a fan of Bola Tinubu, clearly. So if there is anybody here who will tell you the facts to your face, it's me. So I'm telling them now clearly that the reason why they are opposing Trump in everything he does, and count on them really to continue to oppose Trump in this form, whatever he does, even if he breaks, they oppose him, they criticize it, because they know that he's not a fan of Bola Tinubu, and they fear that with Trump's intervention, that it may affect Tinubu's chances of going for a second term. Whatever it is that they are benefiting from Nigeria, or they are benefiting from the politicians, or they intend to benefit, we don't know really. But I don't really know whether they have conscience or not, because Nigeria is even a place now where they themselves cannot even go. They can't even travel now, without making really serious arrangements about their security, watertight security, really. Just few days ago, I think a popular journalist was kidnapped and even killed, So, for those that saying that the United States, that their intervention in some countries brought chaos to those countries, they don't even care to mention the countries where the United States intervened, and those countries are really, really doing well. What played out in Venezuela a few days ago happened some 30 years ago in Panama, and they had a dictator there, I think Noriega or something, who was deposed, and today Panama is really, really doing well. If maybe that guy had been there, Panama would probably be like Colombia now. And there are so many other countries where the United States have their footprint. Even the Seychelles you are talking about, all those progressive countries in Africa, all those island countries, etc. There's huge footprints of the United States. And talk about South Korea, and talk about even Yugoslavia, that was balkanized. You talk about so many other countries where the United States have huge presence, and they've really done well. Japan as well. So I don't think it's all negative, really, because even the freedom, when you talk about freedom nowadays, freedom in Nigeria now has another definition. Maybe freedom from kidnappers, etc. is another dimension of freedom, which you have to even purchase with your money. Now if you travel. Finally, I just want to say, to buttress what I have been saying in the past about the Africans, the Nigerians, having our own thoughts and synthesizing our own thoughts. Few days ago, I was asked here who my man of the year was. And when I mentioned Eric Chell, they were just looking at me as if I was crazy. But you can all see that the guy has really transformed our football. And he thought out of the box, and you could see that there are real changes. And we are very dominant now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Ejide, I'll let you 2 minutes. But before then, let me just remind people that tomorrow on 90 Minutes, we're going to welcome to the show Dr. Moses Paul. He's known as Dr. Mo. He, you guys may know him as the aide, a special assistant to P2B. He's been on the show, but he's coming here. He's a candidate for Abuja Municipal Area Chairman. He's running under ADC. So the election is next month. So he's coming here to talk about that. He's also, as a member of ADC, he will answer our questions about what's going on in the party, about P2B and Atiku and even Dati. So he knows these people. He will be able to give us insights into what's going on in ADC when he comes. I heard that today they met, Atiku and P2B and Obasanjo met at Tambawal's 60th birthday. So he will talk about all those things when he comes tomorrow. So if you can join us tomorrow at 12:30 US New York time or 6:30 p.m. Nigerian time, we'll have that conversation. So the next we're going to do is a rant. I'll give Jide 2 minutes to respond to anything outstanding on this conversation, and then we go to rant. Go ahead, Jide.
Thank you so much, Dr. Damages. I understand what colonialism has done. You see, colonialism is extremely powerful. You see, a lot of Nigerians, there's no assessment in terms of statistics to know the percentage of Nigerians that have been damaged by neo-colonialism and its indoctrination, where like a lot of Nigerians, they are so subservient, they are so slavish in mentality, in thinking, in political understanding. They do not have any dignity or honor when they see what is actually going on, what is true, what is clearly true, what their enemy is. They can't still see it because they lack dignity or honor. They want to self-destroy themselves just because of either penny or because they lack dignity, or maybe it's just ignorance. I don't know what to call it. It could be trauma, because colonialism itself, even if it may not even affect people that are young directly, but the collective trauma, it may still persist. The neo-colonial educational system is still there in Nigeria. So they are very slavish in mentality. They do not understand basic class consciousness. They do not understand that a country that is serving its own interests, by serving its own interests, it wants to dominate others. It wants you to live in misery. It wants you to live like a slave. It wants you to live like a slave. It does not want you to have any dignity or sovereignty. You can't see that. You see, the people of Venezuela, whether we like it or not, we can come here and give false information, propaganda from CNN and Fox News. But the truth is there to see. You see, if truly, the people of Venezuela do not love Maduro and they do not stand for the Bolivarian revolution, as the kidnapping, that would have been the end of that regime. But you can see what happened subsequently. We all can see what happened. That is a country that have dignity and honor. In Nigeria, yeah, maybe some people that are very intelligent that have dignity. But unfortunately, majority of us, we lack class consciousness and we lack dignity and honor. Thank you. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jide. And that will be the end. We are going to do rants. I'll give 2 minutes to everybody. And remember, there's a new stream that will start immediately this one ends. So thank you again for joining us. right. So to start the rant, I'm going to invite Uche Awo to start. 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes, on any topic.
Okay. My little contribution in this all this topic is we have to know this if we want to make things to work. We all here and the other platforms that we have think, at least we know each other. When we go to other platforms, you see how contribution of people, how they contribute based on their reasoning. Then we need to start talking to each other, those that can reason well, that don't align in this colonial brain, in a way that we start talking to each other. First, if we want to get Nigeria, people live in Nigeria, democracy should keep aside. Some people may disagree with me. If you want to use that kind of democracy to work and get things normal in Nigeria, it will not work. Because everywhere is shattered. And if you want to do things in Nigeria to get it normal, because of we want to have mercy, we should take mercy to one side and they handle the country with their hand to get it well first before we bring democracy. Bringing democracy is like you want to enjoy, but you have never get the things to enjoy. And I want to thank Mr. Rudolph. You have been trying a lot. Please, I'm concerned of one thing we should always talk about, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let's not forget that man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uche. Very good. You were there on time. Mazi Opara, 2 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. Honestly, when people come here and start talking about mental, colonial mentality and trying to kind of, box us, to a corner, I think I found it very, very difficult to accept, because Nigeria that we are proud of, if we want to get away from mental, colonial mentality, let us start from Nigeria. At least let us do away with that name Nigeria, because it was our colonial masters that gave us that Nigeria. If we can do that first and foremost, I think we're good to go. Finally, what do you call him? Ojos or Carlo? That guy. Only that there are somebody like him and his friends that are lucky that Igbo youths are not like Arewa youths that now do pursue their senators and their House of Rep with stones. That's why such person like can go to Ali Igbo and start making noise, because Igbo youths are not violent like Arewa people. Because most of the senators from Arewa, they can't even go to Arewa now, because those boys will just cheat them out of Arewa states. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mazapara. I appreciate that. Tony, you are next. You have 2 minutes.
After I have an observation after, please. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. We saw the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. They took him, kept him for about 8 days, tortured him before they brought him to Nigeria. A lot of people looked the other way. In fact, some people applauded it. In 2014, I think about August, the APC minority leader in the House of Rep went to Washington, D.C. and asked Obama, who was the president then, to arrest, try, and jail JJ, Goodluck Jonathan. Why? Corruption. 2, because he failed to protect Nigeria against Boko Haram insurgency. And 3, because of poverty. Now, if you look at what is happening today, it's not different. And I'm wondering why APC is not also saying that they should do the same to the current president. It's marks of hypocrisy. And so, if we continue to run our country this way, I don't think that we're going to have a headway. So the issue of whether what Donald Trump did is right or not, it's for me neither here nor there. The point that, narrowing on Nigeria, my own position is that, Nigeria our leaders have run this country very badly. And if they want to avoid the Maduro experiment, which I understand the president has gone to beg Paul Kagame to help him talk to Trump, the only option is good governance. Let me stop there.
All right. Everybody's doing well. Thank you so much. Exactly on time. KJ, you have 2 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to advise people like Jide. Before you come up and begin to say what you're saying, I think you should examine whether you're the one who is not in the wrong. You can't always be the only one who knows it. And that's my problem with you leftist guys who are defending these policies. You always see that the other side don't have a good argument. Only your own argument that stands, and is acceptable. It can't be so. And I think charity begins at home. So go back. That's policy you're trying to make America implement. Try and implement it. Since you are one of the handlers of Tinubu, let him begin from home. Let him show the world how governance is done. Let him show the world how economy is run. Then we will not believe you guys when you come out and begin to say what you are saying. But if we do not get it right yet in our country, I don't think we have any justification whatsoever to begin to correct another man's country, another man's policy or governance. After all, they say you should first remove the log on your eyes before you can see clearly to remove the one on the other person's eyes. I don't know what you are thinking to get. Is it a junior parliamentary session we're having in secondary school or what? We all have been able to read through what is going on right now on Earth. All of us know. We can see it. Unless you decide to be blind, you can see everything going on. And as explained out. And finally, I want to tell you this. If you don't want, like I said, for the governization of Nigeria, begin to tell your principal now to do the right thing. Let him stop the massacring of middle belt people. Let him stop the unjustification or whatever it is. The injustice going on in the southeast and the killing of young men in the south. We try to reduce the numbers of people. You cannot reduce the numbers of people. Tell your master that, okay? No matter what you do, we are like the sand, the sea sand. You can't reduce us, okay? So you guys try as much as possible to implement a good governance policy that will help keep your country together, and then stop blaming other people. When you do that, other people can take example from you, and then that's what I just have to tell you. I'm shocked that you always bringing this up, but maybe we should continue on the other program. I'll go there because of you, so that we can have this discussion. Thank you.
All right, thank you, KJ. Ike, you have 2 minutes to rant on any topic. It starts now. Ike, go ahead. You're muted.
Thank you, Dr. Damages. My rant is almost like KJ ranted. Last week, it was all about the slave mentality, the colonial master mentality. The same question I put to forefathers is what I'm giving to my brother Jide. We are slaves. We have a colonial mentality. Those people who are your slave masters, you live in their country. You enjoy all the amenities they have. You enjoy their good government. You enjoy their electricity. You enjoy their security. You enjoy their democracy. You enjoy their government. You enjoy their roads. You enjoy their technology. You enjoy their science, everything. But when it comes to those who disagree with you, it is slave mentality. It is colonial masters mentality, just like AJ have said. They said that charity begins at home, right? If your country get it right, most of us probably will not still be outside. But because your country has not got it right, And that's why most of us are where we are. And the same people you call your slave masters, or some of us who have slave mentality and the colonial mentality, the same people who you call your colonial and whatever masters, they are still the same people running your country in your country. So I don't know where the same thing, what the finally Fubara answered me, Ike, listen, what you're saying is right. I'm trying my best so that I can go home. So probably, like AJ said, maybe you should be trying to go home, because you cannot live in your slave master's country, live in your colonial master's country, and you're talking about somebody having slave mentality, where you work for them, they pay your salary, they pay your bill, you know. So at the end of the day, we want Nigeria to be a better country. God bless you, Dr. Damage.
All right, Ike, thank you so much. Jide, you are next.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I hear this a lot. I try not to respond to it because of self-respect. I hear this a lot from people, like respectfully to Brother KJ, even Brother Ike and some other people. They say things like, you know, if truly, you know, if you know that you don't like the country you're living, why not go back to Nigeria? You know, why not go back to Nigeria? This and that. You see, we need to understand something. Either I'm here in the West, or I'm in Nigeria, or I'm in America, or I'm in the UK, the consequence of imperialism is still going to be with me. Anywhere I am, US, Nigeria, I made a choice, just like everyone on this panel and everyone, they made the choice to move abroad for one reason or the other. So it will be very disingenuous for someone to, you see, I want people to disagree with me, honestly. I really want everyone to disagree with me. I want it, but I want you to disagree with me in such a way that I will learn from you. I will get a different context. That's what I want. Don't disagree with me because I make a position and I'm saying I'm a Tinubu client, Tinubu agent, or I'm APC agent. That is not how to disagree. You disagree with me and you make a point and you provide evidence. I will learn from you. I will want to have a conversation with you. That is a conversation. You cannot come and insult me because I have my position and I have evidence on my position. Clear evidence I bring it every time. And you will come here and tell me that why don't I move back to Nigeria? The truth is, imperialism is not just in Nigeria, it's also here. It's also in the US, it is in UK, it's in Germany. Yes, maybe we're living a better life, but it's everywhere. Wherever you go, it's everywhere with you. And we have to criticize, for me to criticize America's foreign policy or EU's foreign policy or whatever, it does not make me hate any country. I want something better for my country and I want something better for the world. If you cannot see through that, I cannot think through that, then it's quite unfortunate. I'll stop there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Jide. Stay humble. You are next. And
thank you. Last week when I exposed one of the pretenders on the show, he started saying that I don't have heating in my house. What we call argumentum ad hominem. You know, he didn't have any points and he was just handicapped by the lack of points and he started attacking me. Yeah, but I will just say that for those saying that we have to ditch democracy, what we practice in Nigeria is not even democracy to start with. And, you know, you must not really create your own system. You can still borrow a good system and make it work. You know, the reason why, you know, things are not working in Nigeria, it's not because of democracy, because we don't even practice it in Nigeria. And that is not to say that even in countries where democracy is practiced, that, you know, that they don't have their own flaws. You know, there are individual flaws from the people who occupy positions of power, and also there are systemic flaws as well. But the thing about Nigeria is that for Nigeria not to be balkanized, because that's the way it's going now, what I have always advocated and clamored for Nigeria to do is to come together and discuss how they want to live going forward, how they want to live. So that might include what name they want to bear, whether they want to practice a democracy or not, whether they want to stay together or not, whether they want to practice to have a confederal system or not. So for Nigeria to actually make progress, that conversation will have to take place, and that conversation has to be genuine. It has to be very honest, not the kind of convention that Abacha or Jonathan organized. A genuine one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Stay humble. Forefathers, welcome. We are ranting. You have 2 minutes to rant, and that will be it. We're around in the show.
Thank you. Dr. Damis. Thank you for having me. Greetings to the panelists and the chat and the viewers. I must say, Jide, you seem to be outdoing yourself these days. I'm happy that there's somebody that is at least keeping an eye on the things on the macro level. That said, we know of the incidents the things that have been occurring for the last week, and these are the kind of things I've been sounding like a crazy person for 2 years about. That we pretend as if the world order remains the same and the kid gloves are going to be on all the time, and the changes are beginning to happen already. And my fear now is that it may already be too late, and because there are people saying that the way Trump is going after Russian ships and the things he's doing in Venezuela and such, that is a part of the New World Order, for want of a better word, Berlin Conference 2.0. And if that is the case, and we pray that's not the case, because actually maybe it wouldn't be that bad, because they say China gets Africa, they do what they like with Africa. America gets its own backyard, and they hand Europe to Russia. So I'm sure Europeans are not going to find that funny. So that is the world we live in now, and it's a very, very serious one, because if that is what is going to be happening, people, God help us, what that is going to lead to, because then there is nobody holding each other accountable anymore, because they can do whatever they like at their backyard. And the consequences can be far-reaching, and we might not get out of this bondage for a very, 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 very long time. And it's something we have to be very watchful about. It's funny because I know my time is short. I heard Museveni of Uganda. All these old men, they are in office and they never make much of a difference in their countries. But yet he's saying all the things I'm saying. How we are so ill prepared for this. And when we as a people, we seriously need to learn how to prepare for danger before it arrives. We shouldn't be always waiting for danger to arrive before you react. And that is something, if you hold any opinion here, you seriously need to think twice about that, because that is your own survival at stake. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
So, Rudolph, just give me 30 seconds. I want to say Jide something. Jide, when Obama forced a presidential jet down to check whether Snowden was inside, it wasn't a problem. When he marched into Libya, it wasn't a problem. And when he did all those things, it was a problem, right? It was okay. It was not against international law.
I never said it was okay.
So just be like the man when you are stop that. I just want to let you know. Thank you so much.
30 seconds, please. European Union, they saw what Trump did in Venezuela. They have been negotiating this EU South American free market for almost 25 years, but immediately they saw that Trump has made this move, they went and agreed and signed, the agreement. Trump is faster than European Union. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. On that note, we have to end today's show. I want to thank everybody that joined us, those on the panel, those watching at home. We appreciate all of you. Moving forward, we are trying to make it 3 hours and we will end. Before I go, there's breaking news that I want to share with you guys. This is the founder and the chairman of BUA Group. He was so impressed by what the Super Eagles did that he is pledging. The pledge is that he will give $500,000 to the players if they win the semifinal, an additional $50,000 each for every goal scored. And should they win the finals, he's pledging that he will give $1 million plus $100,000 for each goal scored in the final. So at least something for Nigerians to look forward to and be excited about. I want to thank again those that supported us during this broadcast. Brick House Capital, thank you so much for your support. Oriako Tope, thank you so much. And George Bushau, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Tomorrow on 90 Minutes Africa, we are going to have Dr. Moses Paul. If you can join us, that would be great to have you be part of that conversation. Again, thank you, everybody. Let me see the people.
Damages, can you give me 1 second, please? Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, I just want to mention too that we need to give our thanks to the captain of the Super Eagles, who at the time when the players were trying to refuse to train, and the captain told them that he was going to take responsibility to pay them, all their bonuses should outstanding bonuses should the federal government fail, because there was an issue. So I think the captain did well by gingering the people. I think we must recognize that was a yeoman's job, and then our country still needs to learn, to pay people money when that is deserving for them. Thank you.
Thank you. And our executive producer, Mr. Sho.
Doctor, my observation, please. My observation, I told you before.
Unless you are donating money to the Eagles, we don't want observation.
So I will donate money. I'm capable for that, Mr. Rudolph. My observation is this: Nigerian people, mainly Igbo, we should pay attention to Jose Okalo. The reason why I'm saying this, when Ekweremadu started this kind of a thing, the Igbo youth mounted direct to Ekweremadu and shot him down. Not shutting him down to kill him, but shot him down to tell him, your attitude against Igbo is not acceptable. They treat him in Germany, in Uzambo. So Igbo people should pay attention to Jose Okalo, and we have a parable. Onyeme Karuse, there is a way they put the parable that Aruse Mama Yeme Aguyo Siseji Toya. If I make this comment because I'm talking to Igbo people, so this is not a general word. Aruse Mama Yeme Aguyo Siseji Toya. Igbo people should pay attention before Jose Okalo will destroy what Alessioti is doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uche. Let me just say that these are the kind of things you reserve for your ranting. When it's time to rant, you bring it out. Not after the show, you stop the show anyway. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, Forefathers, for being here. Forefathers, we have the next stream. It will start immediately after this. Jide, thank you so much for being here. Stay humble. Thank you, Uche. Thank you, Mazapara. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, KJ, Ike, and all the people who made it.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate everybody.
Forefathers will not see me.
See you guys tomorrow.
Tó fẹ́ kú torí ẹ̀.
Ọwọ́ ẹni ló ti ṣàánú kọ́. Ayé la bá, ayé la fi sílẹ̀ sí. Ọ̀nà èyí yóò.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You're laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam. Thank you so much. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. By the end of the year, how are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.